Is that any better?
That is much better.
It's much
Okay,
better.
good. All right,
All
yeah.
right.
So what I've learned over the last couple of days, I hopped on TS last night with the folks at Super Nerdland, and I have learned that trying to use my Steam Link to to do chat and shit, not a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know what is Steam Link.
It's a little device. I got it on sale during the summer sale this year for like $2. It's a device that it essentially streams, your desktop or whatever. It's meant to allow you to like play your Steam games away from your computer and shit. And
okay.
yeah, and it works really well. And it's actually really kind of handy because one of the things you can use it for is to stream your desktop. And so basically you can like remotely dial into your computer or whatever and stream that. And so like, if you're away from your desk or whatever, you can still, hop on and spend 20 hours of your day shit posting on Twitter or whatever. But
okay, so I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
So how do I shrink my game in Windows mode? Because I don't want it. What I want to do is essentially have the gameplay minimized, so that way I can also do the chat too.
Okay.
But I'm on a laptop.
Okay. Are you using what are you using to stream?
Steam.
You're using Steam. I would suggest actually using like something like OBS, Open Broadcaster. Oh, I'm gonna guess that doesn't do too well for you on your laptop, huh?
No, I just really haven't used it before.
Okay.
So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I was just going to play the game in the background and stuff like that. And so I guess what I'll do is I'll play the game and I'll share my screen,
right?
And that way I can play the game, and then Ty and you guys can, if there's anything in the chat,
right,
you guys can say something.
Yeah, man, we can manage the chat. I don't mind doing that. Yeah.
Cool. So Brett's going to be joining us for about an hour.
Okay, good.
And Purity might jump in for a little bit, and I'm waiting for probably Nerdy Text and Accountant. I don't know if you know him. He's going to be possibly joining us too, and we'll see from there. So
great.
Okay, so we are live. So
oh crap!
Yeah, no, that's fine. But anyhow, hey guys, welcome to the stream here. This is my alt channel, and this is our Halloween stream, Resident Evil style.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, so I have Tycade with us and Dr. Science Wizard. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. So I was telling Tycade earlier today we had our yearly Halloween party, and I dressed it up as an Olympic athlete. I actually have the American flag shirt from the jacket from the 1996 Olympics. So my boss is like, "Hey, he's like, you're an Olympic athlete, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah." As we're talking, somebody walks up behind me and says, "What are you supposed to be?" Wait, so the American flag shirt or jacket and the big Olympic symbol doesn't give it away?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of how, disconnected we've become as a society lately, like when the Olympics are a foreign concept,
Yeah. Well, that's not the icing on the cake. So I was working, and all of a sudden somebody walked up to me and gave me this trophy. I'm like, "What's this for?" They're like, "Oh yeah, you won this award. Is this even a costume?" So it's a skeleton costume. There was $10 a gift card to Target. I'm like, "What? Are you serious? I won."
Nice. You won a contest you weren't even aware you were participating in.
Yeah. So So I'm gonna go ahead. I will give you the link here. So if you have any people you want to tweet it out to here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And okay, so all right, guys. So I wanted to kind of start out. We got a lot of good news coming out. In terms of horror games and stuff like that. We got Resident Evil 2 remake. The trailer was just recently released not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, then that looks so beautiful.
It does, man. And in fact, coincidentally enough, just like 20 minutes or so ago, I was watching some of the footage of the alternate costumes and stuff. Like they have Elsa Walker from Elsa Walker costume for Claire from Resident Evil 1.5 and stuff like that. And it looks sick.
Now, can you verify or not? I heard they took some of the content from 1.5 and they actually incorporated it into the game.
You know, I'm not entirely sure, actually, man. Okay. I've been trying to remain as virginal as I can with the Resident Evil 2. It's more a reimagining than a.
I like that came in to hear virginal.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you summon me?
Yeah.
Hey, Purity, how you doing?
Hi, my loves.
Hello.
All right. So yeah, we're just talking about Resident Evil, and them just recently releasing a trailer and then announcing that we're gonna get the original costumes plus then the 1.5 costumes and stuff.
Are we gonna get the bad acting because that shit is fabulous?
Yeah. I do believe, as far as I know, they have the original cast back. I think.
Oh, that's gonna be amazing! Isn't that the one that had the live action stuff too?
Yes.
Oh, I hope to God we get that.
Yeah, I'm interested to see which way they're going to go with it.
This is actually going to be my first time playing Resident Evil 2 when it comes out.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry.
I was right there. Like, I haven't played a lot of Resident Evil, but when Spork was like, "Which one should I play?" I was like, 4.
No, fuck 4. 4 has terrible controls. Can we just admit that?
No, dude. 4 has the exact same controls as the rest of the series, only now you're staring at Leon's butt while you're doing tank controls.
Can someone explain to me why a retard wants to stand there and fling around trying to use a knife?
Hey, okay.
I tried streaming it, and I went to use a knife, and I just watched Leon act like a spaz. I don't know how to use this.
Are you
okay, Leon?
Are you telling me that's not an accurate use of a fucking knife?
I think it is. That's how I make my sandwiches.
What game was I recently
What's that?
There's a game I was recently playing. Oh, Silent Hill 2's remake, the horrible one Konami did, the HD remake or collection. That's Leon's voice playing James.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Really?
That makes me laugh. I'm like, so now he's Leon and James, and both are very, very special when using weapons. Because in the HD collection, James likes to dance around with the chainsaw for no reason at all.
Well, to be fair, though, wasn't Silent Hill's thing kind of like it was normal people thrust into, crazy situations above?
No. When I say he dances around, there's a clip on my Twitch. He will, for whatever reason, just start walking slow, even when you're getting him to run, and just pelvic thrust with the chainsaw. And I'm like, man, you don't do that with a chainsaw. Bad things will happen.
But isn't that how you do the killing thing, though?
The killing thing.
Like, okay, listen, if I were to kill anything with a chainsaw, that is exactly how I would do it.
I would think if you're going to pelvic thrust, you might accidentally get something caught by the chainsaw.
For sure.
Hey, just to let you know, Patch, Cannon Fodder on Twitter.
Hey.
Cannon Fodder wants to drop by.
Okay. Oh. Hey, Troy.
Hi.
Is that Troy?
That is.
Hey, man, you make the sexiest Harley Quinn.
Don't I?
Yes. You're absolutely gorgeous, Mr. Marvel.
I just got back from trick-or-treating, and I was like, you know what? I'm going on like this. Fuck it.
Yeah, man.
Darn it, they're even turning our... Look at that. They're even making our Harley Quinns transracial? And he still looks more fabulous than the current Joker. Oh, I'm sorry. That one got fired. Which one? What does the new one look like?
He's got a hair lip, and he's mostly famous for being the brother of a dead guy that was really talented.
Joaquin Phoenix.
John Belushi?
Yeah.
Because I'd pay to see that one.
No, that would be Jim Belushi in this scenario. John was
I forgot which one's dead or not.
I gotta get so used
to that. He OD'd right outside of a nightclub, didn't he? River.
Oh, so he was already practicing for the part.
Oh, yeah. No, River Phoenix, yeah, he died of an overdose outside a club.
Oh, I didn't know that was the brother of the guy playing him right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. Yep.
Well, that's how he got a career. I don't want to sound fucked up, but he was kind of like they
I would
needed to
imagine
replace his brother in Hollywood, and he was like, "Oh well."
some comedian described Joaquin Phoenix as a hair-lipped reminder of
That was
of
Peter
his
Griffin.
brother. Yeah, that wasn't it? It was fucking
That was
fabulous.
Peter Griffin.
God damn.
So,
Okay,
does anyone want to guess how gay his voice is going to be for the Joker?
It's gonna be gayer than gay.
And can we please all just agree that the Joker needs to go on a break for a while, and so does Harley? Except
Yeah.
that Harley's fabulous. I am okay with him playing the new transsexual Harley.
Yes, yes.
He'd
The
be
new
written by Gail
W-
Simone and offend no one, but you can offend someone.
Oh man, I don't know if I want to be that Holly, because then I just to my dog all day.
Okay, okay. So anyone say I really fucking hate the controls on Resident Evil sometimes.
See?
Isn't that all of them though?
Yeah.
That's
Getting
partially
on
what
my
makes
ass.
Resident Evil so fantastic. I fucking
Oh,
love
I
that
see
awful
somebody's
control.
drawing a little bit of Splatterhouse. Yeah.
Hello.
Did I inspire with my pictures the other day?
Oh snap!
I didn't see those pictures, but
Oh.
I was looking at the mask in my room, and I was like, "Oh, it's Halloween. Fuck it."
Ash,
Yeah,
what's
actually,
your,
I just pack my mask away.
what's your Twitter thing? Ash, I think I follow you. I just can't be sure because I am 4 sheets to the wind.
She said 4 sheets to the win.
Yeah. I'm the resident old man here. So
I don't
being
know
sure-
about that. I might got you beat there,
I don't-
brother.
okay,
I don't know. I don't know.
Let's compare age dicks.
I'll be 44 in less than 5 days.
All
Yeah,
right.
you got me beat by 5 years.
Yeah, damn, you got me
whoops,
beat.
almost I was the wrong person. I'll put it in
Oh,
the
that's
group.
awesome. I'm not the old guy for once.
Yeah, right. I know, right? I feel positively young next to you. I'm
nice.
so young. And
I
also,
put it in the Twitter thing.
So,
So
Troy,
that nobody else can see.
how'd your daughter do tonight with the candy man?
She
yeah,
did really good. She did really good. She's I don't know. She doesn't like fruit flavored candy, so she only eats like chocolate stuff.
Well, she's a girl. Of course,
So-
she only eats chocolate. You
Yeah,
know what's that?
so,
yeah.
so
So,
you got,
I made out like a bandit.
I was gonna
because
say
I got
you got her Skittles.
like a bag full of Starburst and Skittles and all that good shit. And I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna keep it in my car.
Man,
That's
I
gonna
just
be
got
like-
an ice cream cake.
This is the benefit of
Yeah.
having children, right? Like you
Yeah,
get
no,
to-
that's the ultimate benefit. More likely than not, in about a month, I'm gonna be given a secondary bag of candy, with the instructions of just get this away from her. So
Yeah,
I'm
right.
gonna- by the time I finish this bag, I'll have that bag,
Right.
and then
Dude,
by that point,
Oh, darling, it's gonna go all to your thighs.
Troy.
I don't
when
know.
you're-
I can't seem to put on weight anymore.
Oh, aren't you lucky?
Hey, Troy, when your daughter's having that like train spotting moment, where she's like on the bed, like hopped up on candy, and she's seeing like infants crawling on the wall or the roof and shit. That's when you need to take the candy away, brother.
Well, I mean,
Or if you're putting
I
pictures
don't-
of her on the room.
there's very few times I use the word fortunately, but
Yeah.
fortunately, I'm not with her tonight. I don't live with them, so
Right.
that's
Oh, did you hop her up and give
Oh.
her to mommy?
Yes.
that's
That's
mom's,
a good daddy.
that's mom's got to deal with that.
You're gonna get such an angry call tomorrow.
No, I'll be honest. It kind of works out that way because they eat really good, and I'm glad they eat really good and healthy. So I've been designated to be the junk food one.
Right.
But it's kind of played to the extent of wink, wink. Your mom doesn't know, but her mom knows.
Yeah.
So-
yeah,
So
exactly.
it's like, it'll be nice for you guys to have that. She's gonna feel like she's got something with her father. And I was like, all right, word, yeah, sweet.
Nice.
So
That's cool,
I
man.
could be
I'm
like,
glad-
yeah, no, have the whole can of Mountain Dew.
I'm glad you get to have that time with your daughter tonight, man. That's great. I wanted to ask, is it cool if I invite Cannon Fodder on? Somebody Patch on Twitter. Good dude, active in the community.
The
And I feel
community.
bad.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, the KK community.
You're missing.
Yeah,
you're missing
sorry
one
about
letter.
All right.
Look, us white supremacists don't know the alphabet. I kid. I know the alphabet. No.
No, don't worry. I am the founder of the alt-white.
Right.
That's right.
You look like it, man.
It is me and my fellow minority citizens that are constantly called white Nazis by white people.
Yep.
So
Right.
we're clearly the alt-white. We're not POCs anymore. We're just counted as white people when they're angry.
You know what you should dress as next year? Have you ever
What?
seen Blazing Saddles?
Yeah.
Remember the KKK members with the sign on their backs? Have a nice day. Do it.
No, but my first idea for a costume was I wanted to do just like a stripe of brown and one feather and go as 1024th Native American.
Oh, shit.
I don't think you're white enough for that.
I did, but I mean, I live in Mass, so I was like, let me
Oh, you should have done it.
let me not get crashed into on the way home.
Hey, Cannon, if you didn't expect me to do anything besides make it awkward. I'm reading the chat here. He
Oh, if
said-
you want it to be awkward, I can make it awkward.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already awkward's already done left the building.
Right.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It was
I'm
bound to
twisted
be
to keep going.
awkward. It was bound to be awkward the moment I logged into Google Hangouts. So
Look, it was awkward when the guy in a wig showed up, right? So
No, that's when it's a
In
party.
general, right now this is kind of like the awkward ducks group.
right.
Can we get him to dance the sweet transvestite?
oh my goodness.
Rocky Horror.
Rocky yes, maybe. I might do the time warp again.
Uh-oh. Somebody's flapping over there.
Oh, to me, that's an honor.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll take that, dude. I need the self-esteem boost.
Well, I've been told that Comicsgate is a circle jerk, so it
I mean, it's better than the jerks I usually have to
Hey, do
deal with.
you want to hear a dad joke?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh my
What do you call an all-woman circle jerk?
A
ring
mistake?
finger.
What have I gotten myself into?
Oh yes, I love it.
Ugh.
I gotta
Yeah,
admit, I'm not. Yeah, I like it.
Oh man. So how's everybody's night?
Exhausted.
Same here.
I have no idea.
If I do not want to move boxes tomorrow.
Oh yeah, how's that going, Purity?
I hate my life.
Finally.
All my friends are like, "I'll come and help." Not a single motherfucker shows
That
up.
never happens.
Yeah, I'm doing everything myself. At this point.
Well, hey, at least it's happening, right?
Oh yeah, I can't wait that I can actually moan really loudly without anyone hearing it.
Hey.
Oh,
Not that my neighbors heard it before. It's just what they like to claim.
Oh yeah. We heard you fapping, lady, and we got to say,
No,
it. Do
trust
it
me,
more.
I wasn't the one fapping.
Yeah. Do it more, and do it often, and do it loudly, please. God, I just made that awkward. But no, me, I'm getting drunk because that's the only way I can talk to people. And
New cure for autism: getting drunk.
Yeah.
That's what the internet needs.
I'd like to blame this awkwardness on autism, but
It's
no.
okay. We'll call it internet autism. It's different.
There we go. Okay. Being an autist on the internet is different. Okay. I am going to use that. Thank you. But no.
So if I stream Doki Doki Literature Club, do you think I'd kill everybody?
Only if you voice all the females.
That's what
I'll
I'm
voice
here
one.
for, Purity.
I'm not getting paid enough to do that. I did that stupid game once.
I'm just teasing you.
Oh, I've got fun planned for tonight's horror game.
Is that the game? Is that the game where, like, after rejecting the girl's admission of love or whatever, or confession, she straight up stabs herself, and then you watch her dead corpse for like day or
Everybody,
two?
every character gonna kill themselves.
Yep.
yeah.
Wow, guys.
I mean,
Spoilers,
if you're
Mel.
going to, and everyone acts like it's so shocking. I've seen a lot worse visual novels that do the shock factor better.
Right.
Not a terrible game. It's just that it's just like everyone's like, it's the creepiest one ever, and I'm like,
Man.
oh honey,
No,
oh I can make you cry.
it was. I think it was interesting in the fact in the way that it kind of played with the player, and
I am curious to
and
see
shit
what their
like
next
that,
game is
but-
going to be. I will say that much.
Oh, are they doing a new one already?
Yeah, apparently it was just the Doki Doki was just to kind of get people interested in their work, which I will admit was a very good idea. Unlike Konami, who has decided their Halloween gift to everybody was, making sure that nobody can play PT again.
God damn it.
Wasn't it?
That's okay. I'll be
Oh,
doing it next week.
Remastered.
And you know what was so frustrating though? I had that on the PS4 and I sold my system, and then I found out that if I had sold it on eBay with PT on it, I could have made bank.
You could have made bank or Konami would have went after you. It was a 50-50 shot.
Really?
Yeah.
Were
They,
they going
Oh
after
yeah,
you?
they were straight up going after people hardcore.
Shit, I had no idea.
Okay,
Well, I could have afforded the lawsuit.
more and more, I'm telling you, Sony and these gaming companies are about to lose my money. This is fucking
Well, the reason
bullshit.
Konami did it. Well,
Yeah.
the real reason Konami pulled the PT
'Cause of-
demo, and they should have actually told everyone, was the contract was coming up for Norman Reedus's likeness,
Mhm.
and because they canceled Silent Hills without a reason, and they really did not give a reason to the group, he told them they could no longer use their likeness even in that free
Right.
game.
Oh,
So they had to pull
Ah.
it off the store. The thing was, everybody was putting it on hard drives and things like that and selling it,
Right.
which technically, legally, I think can get them in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So they went the most autistic route possible and just started reeing into the wind and going after the fans. And so their Halloween this year was, hey guys, we have a present for you. Yeah, we're taking this from you. What?
Huh.
So yeah, if you update your system that has PT on it, like you update PT,
It's gone.
then you will not ever be able to play it again. It completely locks itself. And there are reports it also crashes your PlayStation 4.
Oh, jeez.
I hate it when that stuff happens.
And I'm positive they can that because Kojima, had that falling out and went and did his own thing, and
I think
know,
it's that. And
he did
there
what
were
made
some
him
other factors.
be-
Apparently, rumor is their new CEO at the time, who's
Mhm.
I think still the current one, didn't believe video games made them a lot of money and wanted to move everything to pachinko machines.
I was just about to.
And they've actually not been making the money they used to. So everyone's standing in the background going, "What the hell did we tell you?"
Yeah, I actually got to see one of their pachinko machines at a convention.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Castlevania,
It was great. It was a Konami pachinko machine. It was really fun.
right?
Was it the
Which
Silent
one
Hill
was it?
It was one of their not one of their branded ones. Like it had their name on it,
Oh,
but it
okay.
wasn't like their Castlevania one or like.
Right.
Well, they've been making pachinko machines for years. It's just that they shifted all of their properties to
Right.
pachinko machines, which is just a death of a business.
Didn't,
It was-
Especially because they weren't porting them to America or anything.
right? Didn't Konami buy Hudson and then do absolutely nothing with them?
Was it them or was that Nintendo that bought Hudson?
No, I believe it was Konami.
Pretty sure it was Konami.
Yeah, and that is another fucking disappointment right there. Like,
Yep, it was bought by Konami.
yeah, what
Well,
the
let's
hell?
not forget that we're never going to get another Splatterhouse game. Thank you, Bandai and Namco.
Jeez.
Yeah, well,
To be fair, though, after that 2006 or 7,
Yeah, but you know why that game? It really wasn't that bad. But you know what
was
the issues
actually
were with
pretty
that game,
fun.
right?
yeah, I love that game.
what was
Yeah,
the
go
problem?
look into the development history of it.
Yeah,
Bandai and Namco kept screwing with the developers and changing the dates for everything, taking their money, cutting out, forcing them to cut out stuff. There's a lot of
Really?
nightmares. Apparently, working with those two companies is nothing. No one wants to do that.
and yet that it turned out so well is pretty impressive.
Yeah, you can
Hey,
see
where
where
the-
there's a lot missing, but again, it wasn't the developers' fault. It was
Right.
Bandai and Namco.
I was about to say, kudos to the developers for doing such a good job.
Yeah,
right.
I would have loved to see another one from them. They did. I loved it, and I'm going to be doing more of it once the move's over.
Nice. And the great thing about that Splatterhouse is that it's got the I think it's got all three of the originals unlockable on it. So
Yep, it was the first time we ever got the uncensored original 3 here in
Nice.
America. I'm a nerd. What do you
hey,
want?
hey, where'd our Troy go?
We're all nerds.
Troy, he's here. He just goes
Okay.
mute sometimes.
No, I was. I just had to. Honestly, I had to get out of that close because
That wig
Yeah.
is probably murder.
Right?
Yeah, no, and I'm bald, so that
Oh,
it was actually even painful too. You know,
It was.
how did you put it on? Please tell me you didn't use pins.
it's worse. It's one of the ones with like the elastic, like band.
Oh, why would you do that to yourself?
It was $16.
Don't ever buy a cheap wig.
I put
Well,
my-
I mean, I'm not planning on wearing it more.
Listen to Troy.
No,
I
you're
put
not.
myself through pain because it was cheap.
And it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why there's no such thing as a pig tax for men. Because men are like, well, fuck that, nigga. I'm buying the cheap shit. I don't give a fuck. All right, so my head is gonna have a rash on it for a week. That's cool. I saved like $45.
Hey, don't let women fool you. We use the cheap shit all the time.
You should. Well, actually, the smart women I know go to the men's section to buy stuff, and I'll look at them and I'll nod my head and they'll give me that wink, and I'm like, there you go, sis. There you go.
You have that moment of bonding.
Yeah, because it's like, yo, I wouldn't pay for that shit either.
Tyler, I'm liking this, man. Your art is great.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I'm
All right.
digging it.
Yeah, you're pretty good yourself, man. I've seen your stuff on Twitter. And,
Ah, screw it. I'm just canceling my stream.
yeah.
I'll just tweet out your stream. I'm too lazy tonight.
It's okay. You
Yeah.
know they're welcome to come on and visit.
You say that, but I'm sorry for what's about to come. Hopefully it won't be that.
Oh, it wasn't bad last time, Purity.
You want a stream raid? You're gonna get a stream raid.
I was about to say, can we make it bad? Can we make it awful?
I don't care. This isn't my main channel, so this is the Sporkman Studios. This is the old channel where we get to fuck off. So it's uncensored.
We've got a nerdy Texan.
Hey, Nerdy, what's up, brother?
Hey, sorry, I thought you meant 9 at Texas time. So pretty much, but you forgot that you live in the
East Coast. Yep,
yeah. So you meant
Right.
8 here. So yeah, I forgot about that.
Right.
not a problem. How you doing, brother?
Doing good. I've been watching some random horror movies that I
Yeah.
have or find, and also been reading horror comics.
What you been
Have any of
watching,
you-
man?
Horror comics or horrible comics? Because there is a difference.
Not always.
Dude, he's not watching or reading Marvel, okay?
Oh,
Oh,
did you
no.
guys see the picture I put into the group Twitter?
Don't
Yeah,
even commentary.
Nerdy Texan reads stuff like Puppet Master and those kind of comics.
Oh yeah,
Puppet
I actually
Master's great.
have any of you been reading Dollman Kills the Full Moon Universe?
No.
No.
Oh, I
actually-
gotta go read that. I didn't know that was out.
It's actually been really good, and there's no political stuff in it, but they actually keep to the character, and it's actually a main storyline that's going on, and then you have a B story that's shorter. And the only problem I've had so far is with the first B story, it had 5 characters because it was Dolman versus the head of the family. So it's just basically every page is him just basically quickly killing one of the family with no fight, so no tension. So just
Nah.
it was sort of bland. That was the only bad part, but hey, that's better than probably reading what's at Marvel. When it's bad, it's really
Right.
bad there.
You
And-
know what movie I would recommend for Halloween, by the way? Beastmaster. It's not a horror movie, but there are some pretty fucking horrific shit.
I
in-
actually watched
okay,
that
I'm-
movie when I was in junior high, and I actually watched the TV show too. How many
Oh, yeah?
of you? Yeah, how many of you remembers the TV show?
I do
What?
remember it. Yeah.
The Beastmaster show?
Yeah.
Beastmaster,
Oh,
yeah.
That was
Yep.
a great
Yeah.
show.
Mhm.
That existed.
It
That was
was
a great show.
Do you know a movie is amazing to watch on Halloween though, and it is a horror
Dracula
film?
Dead and Loving It.
No.
Oh God, I love that movie.
I've actually never seen that movie.
What is wrong with you, boy?
That's
A lot
Leslie,
of things,
Leslie
but-
Nielsen, right? Like at his best,
Yes.
and it has
Leslie
what's
Nielsen
his name? The
and
guy
Mel
from
Brooks.
Peter, whatever his name is, as Renfield. It's fucking
Peter
great.
Cushing.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
No,
Oh.
you owe it to yourself.
Oh, watch that and go watch Young Frankenstein. I'm sorry, Frankenstein.
Freaking-
Oh yes,
I mean, normal.
No, it's Frankenstein.
Where's the wolf?
What is your
Hey,
name?
Wolf.
Abby Normal.
Von Bluka.
I put it. Abby. Abby what? Abby normal.
And Hey, we got Invader. Welcome, brother.
Hey.
Sister.
Hey.
All right, so I'm going to ask you guys. We're going to start across the thing. All right, so what is we're going to start video? We're going to start video games first, and then we'll go into movies. So, what is your all-time favorite horror game? So we're going to start with Purity.
Me?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's you.
My all-time favorite
Yep.
would have to either be Silent Hill 2 or any of the modern Sonic the Hedgehog games.
Yeah, they are about scary as all get out.
Yeah.
You know, believe it or not, Sonic Unleashed really wasn't that bad. If they did a remake of it or like a remaster and tighten the controls a bit, it'd be playable.
They're actually doing that. Some fan developers are going back and adding levels. Actually,
Are they fixing Sonic 2015, 2016, whatever number it was?
They are doing that too. Yeah,
Those poor blind bastards.
But actually, what they're doing is you can find a mod for Sonic Generations that adds Unleashed levels and makes them way more playable and fun. So,
but for serious, probably my favorite horror game would be Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 4. And I hate that game, but there's a story that goes with why. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites to hate. The first time I ever played it, it was actually in this place. That's how long I've lived here. I turned off all the lights and I went to turn off the game system because it was like 1 or 2 in the morning. And being the bad kid I was like, I'm gonna play some Silent Hill. And I suddenly hear a crash. Turn on my light. All of my posters are on the ground and my closet door is open. All of the nails were still in the wall. At that point, I went, okay, I'm going to move to a new room. And I think for a month I could not pick up that game after that. And I actually, that night, took my entire bed, and dragged it out of the room. I was like, nope.
It sounds like something Psycho Mantis would do, like some Psycho Mantis bullshit from Metal Gear.
Right?
Yep.
I see you like playing Silent Hill.
I see you played Mario Sunshine.
Actually, in all honesty, anytime I've been in that room, that was actually a month after I moved out of that room, the entire roof collapsed.
No shit.
Oh.
You almost had a Donnie Darko moment.
There really is something in there because I don't go in that room anymore. I don't know if there was something in there or anything like that, but I feel like there was something in there warning me to get the hell out of that room because had I stayed in there, I'd probably be dead because it was a bad roof collapse. Jesus. I hate Silent Hill 4, but I'll never forget that memory because it was like the only time a horror game has scared me, and it wasn't even the game.
All right. Okay, Doctor, you're next.
Okay, my favorite Silent Hill.
See, we know. We all can agree on this one.
I love Silent Hill.
Yeah, Silent Hill's a great game.
Right. And actually the PlayStation 1 version, I was deep into Resident Evil at the time, like a huge fanboy, but I bought Silent Hill and I dug it because it was a different kind of horror. And from what I've come to understand,
the babies.
It wasn't really even intended to be like a straight up horror game. It was supposed to be psychological horror. It was supposed to be more psychological than unsettling and terrifying and shit.
Well, psychological horror is supposed to be unsettling.
Yeah, right. Which means the developers didn't even know what they were getting into, and yet they. No, but
they're Japanese. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, and the game was so great because and what I loved about it was that the technical limitations of the PlayStation actually worked to the benefit of the game with the short draw distance in the fog and whatnot, and it was just a really excellent game. And also, I like Monster Party for the NES.
Oh my god, Monster Party! Fuck yeah!
Wow, I haven't thought of that one in years.
Yeah, I mean that's this game that is the premise is ridiculous and stuff, and when you first start out, it seems like a bog standard Nintendo platformer, and then halfway through the level, everything goes batshit insane. So it's kind of neat. I like it, but yeah, Silent Hill was is one of my all-time favorite horror games, just simply because it was the perfect mix of
Still
like.
have yours? Your copy?
What's that?
You still
I
have
don't.
your original copy?
I do have mine.
I
I
don't
have mine. I
actually.
still have the Black Label copy, the original, very original release. It was actually a gift from my
Yep.
mom on my 18th birthday.
Now, see, I don't, because I had to sell a lot of my stuff when, well, you guys have seen my Twitter stuff about my mental health issues and shit, and I had to
Yes,
sell.
let's
a
give
lot of
you
my
a
stuff.
psychological horror game. This will work real well.
Right. Well, hey, I live psychological horror, but yeah, no, I don't have it, but I still have it still holds a place in my heart. As much as I love the Resident Evil games and stuff, like this game was actually scary in a way that the Resident Evil games weren't. So
It's because it's something that nobody was really used to at the time.
Yep.
We weren't used to psychological stuff. And let's face it, the original Silent Hill was kind of effed up. We weren't used to seeing a mother willing to do that to their kid just to bring a god.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
And
the other thing that creeped me out was the babies. Like when you would hear the babies cackle and they were really close to you, and you're hearing this little you're like, what the fuck? Where's that coming from?
And that what made that more fucked up, man? The fact that they censored that for Western audiences. They tried to bring them those little creature guys away from being babies and shit.
Yeah.
So, and yet that made them all the more terrifying because they still sounded like them. But
Konami only half-assing it,
right? But next to Silent Hill would be PT. That game or that demo or whatever it was meant to be was fucking terrifying.
It was a technical demo,
right? Playable tech demo. I always assumed that's what PT meant, but no, it was absolutely terrifying, and really effective in like just playing with your head. And like when you go through the house and then you end up back in the cell and everything's you get the weird text on your screen, the video game type text, and then you're back. And I don't know, it was really effective at playing with your mind in a way that I think only Guillermo del Toro could have done.
If you want to play a really messed up like psychological game, it's a very short one, and if it's on sale, I'd suggest getting it. It's called The Park. Like I did a Let's Play of that, and I kind of guessed it at the beginning, but when I got to what the ending was, it's one of those where you're sitting there going, "This is fucked up. This is beyond fucked up."
I love it.
Oh, it's such a good game.
That sounds awesome.
The sad part is it's very, very short.
Right. But the time you have it with it is a good time.
Oh, yeah. Again, I guess the storyline right off the bat, because I'm so used to doing horror stuff. And it's one of those where even if you guess it, it still hits you with enough force that you're like, I don't feel comfortable here. I don't feel comfortable with this.
I like that. That's my favorite type of horror. The horror that makes you feel, it's not that you're anticipating like jump scares or anything, but you're uncomfortable. And
it seems like horror or like indies are able to do that, especially right now. They're able, because I guess nobody really expects it from them. They're able to go into that realm that like AAAs won't do anymore. Whereas Silent Hill used to do that, where you find out your adopted daughter was killed and all this other stuff. And that's messed up, especially for back then. But you won't see a AAA really doing that right now. And if they do, they make it so over the top, there's really no emotion to it.
Right. And whereas indies aren't constrained by like, corporate, fuckery or whatever, so they can play in that realm, and they have done pretty well.
For my group, because I know a bunch of my people are in here, there was a game I did recently. Does anyone remember what it was? It was one of the only games I've done recently where I was saying in the stream I wasn't comfortable playing it. Does anyone remember the name of it? Because it's another really good horror that I suggest. Again, we're going to be doing a couple of late tonight. We're going to be doing a couple of horrible, horrible horrors.
Nice.
Hopefully. Call it Cthulhu.
Ooh. Drop
come out.
Drop your Twitch in here or whatever so I can check that out later.
yeah, I played a little bit of the new Call of Cthulhu earlier today while we were working on some lights and stuff, which was funny because in the middle of my uncle here, and all you just hear is somebody doing the Cthulhu chant, and he looks at me dead in the face and he goes, "Are you trying to summon Cthulhu? Can you at least wait till I'm not here?" And I'm like, "It's my computer doing it, I swear."
Like the fact that it's your computer makes him feel any more comfortable.
Well, we're outside, and I thought I had it on pause, and I didn't.
Right.
So you're just hearing it coming out of my house, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, "I'm not doing it. I'm here. How am I doing it?"
All right, so Troy, go ahead. I want to.
My favorite horror game.
Yep.
I'm gonna take it way back. Friday the 13th for the NES.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
It's
Oh, sweetie.
It's
Was that like
actually
the only game you had growing up or something?
No,
We can show you better.
no.
It's actually
the
not
reason
a bad game.
the reason it was scary was because honestly, when I first played it, I was actually a kid. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I was actually a kid, and the thing is, Jason randomly appears.
Yes, he does.
Mhm.
There's not a set pattern. You can't learn the game. You
Right.
can't get good at it. You just survive until all the fucking kids are dead.
you don't win.
You don't win. You see how long it takes everyone to die.
Right.
And it was like, you could fight back, but you had to go around the houses and find shit. And, you know, it'd either be side scrolling, you're going from like one campsite to another, or you were in a house where it was just like, you see a room and you can either go left, right, or forward.
And then you go punch
You'd
out.
easily get lost in a cabin. And next thing you know, you'd hear him and you know he's there. And you're like 8 and you're crying
Yeah.
because you're on your last kid. And it's
Yeah.
the black kid. And ironically, he's slow.
Wait.
And I'm not kidding. The black kid was the
This is
slow
totally
one.
a lie. This is totally a lie. You're telling me a black kid managed to survive everyone else?
Well, no, you always
What did
picked
you
him
do?
last
Give him a
because he was
joint
the
to
slow
live?
one. No,
Yeah.
it's just that he was the slow one, so you picked him last.
Even Jason's like, I gotta change the trope here, man. He's slow.
Dude.
Yeah, he was just no, and it's to me now. I laugh because of my. It was so he would die the first, but I always did it ironically and saved him for last because it was, you know, you'd have a lot more fun, you know, on your first couple playthroughs, trying to get away from him than like, all right, your first guy's an instant dead. Plus, me and my cousins used to always pass the controller between kids. If you die, you have to pass controller, so no one was gonna pick him first. And honestly, I mean, others, yeah, there were scarier games. There were games with cool graphics and sound effects and soundtracks. But when it came down to the actual factor of fuck,
Right.
that did it.
I'm still actually, to be honest, I'm actually impressed they managed to do that game the way they did with the limited ability the NES had to make it to where it wasn't procedural. Which I'm guessing in some way it is, where it's, you know, depending on how you start it up and stuff, depends on the number of where he's going to show up. But not a lot of people have actually managed to figure out what the procedure is and how to tell.
Right.
So they
Right.
did something. I'll give them credit for that. I remember playing the Nightmare on Elm Street game. I can't remember if it was good or not.
But it was like, you know,
it's all
an
right.
8-year-old with no internet wasn't learning this pattern.
Right.
You know, he was sitting there in his room being like, why did I play this game? Why did I play this game? Why did I play this game?
Actually, dude, Troy, when I rented that game as a kid, I moved my TV and my NES out in the backyard, and that was a great fucking experience. The game,
What did you learn?
the game itself is objectively kind of crap in a lot of ways, but like, you know, for a lot of us, like growing up, it was the experience of playing them that really kind of made it. Right.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's like,
You know, because I mean, if not, then I would say Resident Evil 2 because I played it when I was like 16, so it scared the shit out of me.
Right.
But I don't think in the same way that, you know what I mean? Resident Evil 2 scared me the way a scary movie would scare you.
Right.
Like Friday the 13th, like it bothered me as I was playing it because I knew like you go into the next campground, he might be there, bro. And if you find him on the side scroller, you're dead because he's throwing like, you know, he's running at you. At least in the house, you can start, you know, button mashing the directional pad to get your ass out. But in the side scroller, he was just going to follow you and he was going to be wicked fast.
I like mutton bashing.
I was just about to say mutton bashing.
The new way of doing it.
Right.
Yeah, I mutton bash. That's that's my diet.
Didn't the game turn into Punch Out though? In the, like you were playing Punch Out in the fucking cabins and shit.
Yeah, if you like ran into him in one of the rooms, I think he started like stabbing at you. But I mean, it was like primitive first person, so it wasn't really happening like that.
They tried.
Right.
They tried. I think the limitations are what made it scary.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like the fact that
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Because
The
your
random
brain saw
pattern.
more in it than what was actually there, and that's what makes it scary.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's terror, not horror.
Right. You filled in
you get killed in the same campground like 2 or 3 times, you get too scared to even go there. Even though he might not even be there this playthrough.
Guys, I think we should actually take him to Crystal Lake and watch what he does.
No, I mean, I'll probably swim. I'll probably go swimming.
Wait, you can swim?
Of course. How do you think I got to the country?
YouTube channel.
All right, Nerdy Texan, you're next.
But wait, real quick, guys.
Yeah,
I gotta
go ahead.
jump off. I came on real quick to hang out and say hey and have some Halloween fun, but I actually got some work I got to go to get to.
Troy, I'm glad to have been able to talk to you, brother. It's
Obviously, man. We'll hang out more.
Yeah. Well, we got to do that Discord thing.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. All right, man. Have a good night, brother.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys. Happy Halloween.
You
Happy
too.
Halloween, Troy.
Night, Troy. All right, Nerdy Texan, your turn.
All right. Sadly, growing up, I didn't get too many of the horror movie stuff, and what I had mostly when I was younger was hand-me-downs from my cousin. Basically, I got the NES, all his games for free, and the Sega Genesis for free, and all the games there for free. But they also had a Sega Genesis at my daycare, and there was one horror game there, Castlevania Bloodlines.
Bloodlines.
Yeah.
Only problem was I only got to play for 5 minutes. Everyone had to take a turn, only 5 minutes. And it's like someone got really far and it's like, then handed it to me. I'm the youngest one. I'm like, how do I play this game? How do I do this? And it's like, then the worst part was that they handed it to me on the boss, on the tower one. So with the gargoyle. And so I had no idea, like, what do I do? What do I attack? It's like, okay, attack this. Got it. Died. I'm like, oh no.
Dude, that opening music of Bloodlines is like indelibly stamped on my brain, man.
Like a lot of the music in Bloodlines is
it is.
like
Absolutely.
it's a Sega Genesis game, but I've got to say the soundtrack is pretty freaking good.
And in fact, they reused the opening music in the Castlevania Rebirth, Castlevania Adventure Rebirth on the Wii eShop.
Oh, cool.
And it still holds up. It's great music.
Hey, kitty.
Your kitty is terrifying because it's Halloween.
If you actually saw her, she would be. She's skinny as anything.
Oh,
She got the arch back because of her hyperthyroidism.
Aw. That's
I already
kind of
like your
depressing.
cat more than I like 90% of the human race.
She just yelled at all of you. Yes, Tara, you're a pretty witty one.
Oh.
All right, Ty, you're next, brother.
Hi. Join us.
So, it should be pretty obvious what my favorite horror game is.
We couldn't guess. Not at all. Nope.
It's
Guys, I think it's
Splatterhouse.
Crystal Ponytails. What do you guys think?
It's
That game was terrifying. I don't know what you're saying.
It's Barbie Horse Adventure. Come on.
I love Splatterhouse because, and I'm talking about the newer one, the one that was released on Xbox and PlayStation, just because of like I'm a huge fan of gore. Like as creepy as that sounds, that's where I actually got a lot of my drawing training in was like horror and gore. So when I got that game, it was like what I was practicing drawing. So I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like I wasn't afraid of it, but because it's a horror game and it's I don't know, that's always been my favorite horror game.
Well, I mean, you have Jim Cummings insulting you every 5 minutes. It's the greatest thing ever, and I might have had a gorgasm during the stream of it. We'll see.
Yeah,
Jim Cummings.
Yeah,
Isn't
he's
that
the
the guy
terror
who
on the
plays
mask in
Winnie
it.
the Pooh?
Yeah. Not even kidding. When I got it way later after it had come out. My friend had got it at the same time, and he had played it before I did. And he calls me up and he goes, "You have to play this game." And I'm like, "I'll play it eventually." And he kept dogging me, and I turned it on, and we get to Jim Cummings is, I think, what is his first line, like "fuck yeah" or something, and I'm just like, did Darkwing Duck just say "fuck what"? And like he's laughing on the phone. My brain broke. I'm like, why is Negaduck cursing, and why am I so about it? The greatest thing on earth to me. That's why I want a second game. I just want to hear him. Apparently, if you go to any con and you bring something from Splatterhouse for him to sign, he'll blush.
So it's so funny that you say that it was like the Darkwing Duck character, right? You said?
Yeah,
like,
it's Negaduck's
my mind immediately went to Cat Dog swearing. So fucking Cat Dog was just fucking like murdering people, and that's what because I was playing it at a friend's house. I bought it and was like, "Hey man, let's check this out." And we were both like giggling like little schoolgirls about how Cat from Cat Dog was swearing and ripping people's organs out.
Nice.
It was so fucking funny.
Oh, you're hearing your childhood cursing you out, insulting you, and just saying the most random sexual things. And it's just like, yes!
And now that is a sphincter.
Oh, Fenris Mark says, speaking of Castlevania, the second season just went up on Netflix. And the great thing, the show was renewed for a third season.
I was just about to comment. Season 3's coming.
I want to say fuck you to Konami, but I actually give those guys that made that series all the love they deserve.
Yeah, for as much of a retard as Eddie Shankar is, like, you know, he was the one who spread the rumor that Apu was being written off of The Simpsons and shit.
He is being written off The Simpsons.
Yeah, he is.
No, LG.
Nope, producer officially said it. He's being written off.
Yeah, it officially came out. Yep.
Really? Are you?
Yeah, even Matt Groening's about cursing them out about it. He's not very happy.
Matt Groening.
Hi, Groening. I'm sorry, I do that every time.
But no. Have you guys seen Castlevania season 2?
No, so don't spoil it.
No spoilers, but goddamn, you need to watch it. It's fucking great. And there's one point where Bloody Tears from Castlevania 2, the main theme or whatever, plays when they're fighting, and it just god. It's so.
You saw the thing about why they have the dog in the series, right? It's an homage to the director's pug that passed away. It looks like the pug.
A dog thing that Hector has. Oh man.
Yeah, it's her name is Daisy. The pug's name was Daisy. He talked about it on Twitter. It's the cutest little thing. It was even a ring bearer for a wedding.
Oh. Now I feel bad, but also it's
no. You have to love the Dougie even more now, and hope nothing ever happens to the Dougie in the show.
So they're saying the third season is going to have 10 episodes.
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah.
So we got right back. I'm sorry.
So go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, all I was going to say was that season 2 really heavily implemented stuff from Curse of Darkness for the PS2.
Okay.
With Hector and Isaac. So I think, and that game actually did feature Trevor. So I think, that might be where it goes next.
Can we all agree that Castlevania Judgment is the best Castlevania game?
I haven't played it, sadly.
Neither have I. So.
Don't say sadly. Be glad you have not played. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take that back. I do enjoy that game, but it's not the best Castlevania game. I'd rather play that than
What about one of the N64 Castlevania games? Have you forgotten about those?
I would rather.
Yeah, Symphony of Night is what I played. And then I played some of the new ones.
Yeah, buddy.
I never played Symphony.
Night's great. Oh God, you need to do it. It's a really great game.
Yeah.
But
hey, what did it do?
Was it Judgment the one with the fucking art by the guy who did Death Note?
Really?
Yes.
Hey guys, sorry about that. Brett just came in. Hey, what's up, Brett?
Hey, Brett.
My cat went into my room.
An hour, though.
I returned. Sorry about that.
So I'll be right back. I'll get her real quickly.
Okay. What's up, Brett? How you doing? How's work going?
Work is work.
Work is work.
Work is work. So we're talking right now, favorite video games. What is yours, dude? Since you just came in right at a good time.
Horror theme, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does games in general, or does it gotta be like horror themed?
Horror games.
Gotta be horror.
Okay, horror game. Off the top of my head, let's think. I remember being really into the Silent Hill games.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, buddy.
So has anyone? I hate to cut you off. Has anyone heard of Rule of Rose by chance?
Yes,
That's what
I
was
have.
gonna say. That was the other one I was gonna say.
That was fucked up.
Was that a PS2 game, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Never played
Wait,
it.
does it have to be video games, or do tabletop RPGs count too?
We haven't
Because if we're including,
doing video games right now.
I'm just saying if we. Yeah, because if we were going to include tabletop RPGs, I'd include. Wait, I just remembered. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Yes.
That's only scary because you had to use a patch to beat it.
We don't need no stinking badges.
What are you doing, kitten? You can't eat my finger.
Oh, somebody in the chat mentioned Legacy of Kain.
Legacy of Kain was a good.
That one's good.
I love Soul Reaver.
I wish they do
actually,
proper
I'm gonna
remakes of those.
Yeah, I'm actually going to change my choice from Silent Hill to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Cool.
We're supposed to
Clan
get a new
Gangrel for
Vampire the
life.
Masquerade game at some point.
Oh, then you watch Weaponized Nerd Rage's video on that they're complaining about that game, the Vampires of Masquerade.
Dude, I was in the stream before he dropped that.
Wait, why are people complaining about a
Yeah,
game? You know
that's
what? Why
sexy.
are they complaining?
Too sexy.
It's got tits.
Yep. Actually, that's
Hey, Dios míos!
they were talking about how Slick Jimmy's little girl Lethal was a ripoff of that. They're like, yeah, it's a ripoff of Vampire Masquerade. You know those people? They're just shitty ass people.
Yeah.
Honestly, people should have been giving Jimmy shit for ripping off Sailor Moon.
With the pigtails?
Yes, we do, Fenris. I would love to see fucking HD. Or no,
come on.
imaginings of the Legacy.
I can't be the only one who
Oh
thinks Sugar
no, Brad,
Lightspeed
shut
looks
up.
like.
You know I'm doing that game next year. Shut up, dude.
Come on, show of hands. I can't be the only one who thinks Sugar Lightspeed looks like a sexed up version of Sailor Moon.
Yeah, now that I think about it,
I mean,
do
there's a
slightly see
non-sexed
it.
version of Sailor Moon out there.
I'm pretty sure there's a hentai of that out there somewhere. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
you know there is.
Yeah,
course.
it's called
There-
Cutie Honey.
Yeah, there. Oh,
Actually,
I like Cutie Honey.
Cutie Honey is what inspired Sailor Moon. So what does that tell you?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what everybody's like. Yeah, I want a hentai version. Cutie
Yeah.
Honey is what inspired the whole Magical Girl series.
Really?
Which is odd
Oh, yeah.
because Cutie Honey is really more science fiction than Magical Girl.
Yeah, but when she does her little change, it does.
Yep.
Yeah.
I get it, but really, when you
Yeah.
get right down to it, Cutie Honey is science fiction.
Sure. Absolutely.
It's just wasn't it made originally just to take the piss out of everything? They didn't expect it to be popular.
Yes, they did.
I think everything go.
That's the story to literally every Go Nagai manga ever.
Right.
Pretty
Yeah.
much so. Yep.
I've been told I should watch Devilman Cry.
It's supposed to be real. Yeah, it's good.
I would
heard of that.
honestly, if you guys want a good no guy, watch Devil Lady Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Devil Lady.
Yeah, Devil Lady. That is a really good series. I was never a big fan of Devilman, but I really enjoyed that version better than Devilman.
Okay. But it's gender
Speaking of
swap,
Go
so you're not
Nagai-
supposed to like it.
Go ahead.
But
While
speaking of
we're
Go
still
Nagai,
Go Nagai, I'm almost certain that my artist Victor has some Go Nagai influence because he's Mexican and he is old enough to remember back when Mazinger Z was really popular down in Mexico.
yeah.
Man Kaiser Z.
Oh hell,
Last time I thought of Go Nagai was when one of my friends goes, "Man, why did Tezuka rip him off?" And I just kind of looked at him like, "You have to
Tezuka
get out of my house before I kick your ass."
right?
Uh-uh.
Tezuka.
No, if anything, it's the other way around.
Actually,
Right.
Tezuka trained Go Nagai.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yep. He was a underling or a
Underling.
underling.
Yeah, no.
apprentice.
One of his
He was a
apprentices.
minion.
He was a student.
By the way, guys, if you're not
Oh
watching
yeah, Devil Hunter Yoko's good too.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring attention to Tyler. Hey, Tyler, screen share that stuff, man, because your drawing is coming out fucking amazing.
I have it screen shared.
Well, yeah, with
It
us,
looks fantastic.
but there he goes. It's on screen.
What are you doing, you little,
That's
you little
fantastic.
devil? What do you want?
Somebody's eating something, and I kind of want to know what.
I'm pretty sure it's bread.
Whoever's eating,
I was
please step
I
away
was
from the
snacking
plate.
on Skittles.
Oh,
I know
Why would
it's
you
some
do
sort
that?
of snack.
Never eat anything loud on
It's
stream.
lunch.
Cool.
No, always eat something loud on stream because that gives us something to talk about.
It's no ASMR for you people.
yeah.
All right.
doing?
Okay.
Oh.
She's being a talker tonight. What?
I want to pet your kitty.
Oh,
And my
She's in
cat.
hyper. Her. It's causing her to go into hyper mode tonight.
Oh.
This is why you're gonna spend the next 3 days at the vet, sweetie. So you don't get to go into hyper mode.
Oh God,
Oh god.
man.
Are you
yeah,
talking, Ashley? Talking to your dog or your cat?
Cat. Because of the hyperthyroidism that both of them have, and because one of them can't be on medicine, they're going to be at the vets for 3 days while we do the move because we don't want to risk them getting stressed out and just having an episode because they won't come back from it, unfortunately.
My roommate
Hey,
recently
hey.
brought in a cat, and that thing is skittish as fuck. Like it never, like it stays in his bathroom and never leaves that room.
Well,
ever.
if you want it to come out, just does it like any kind of wet food?
I don't know. Like he leaves food in I think he just leaves food in the bathroom just so it doesn't get hungry.
I would say sit
I don't
by
know
the
what
door
that-
very quietly and have maybe a treat next to you. And because I do a lot of animal rescue, I would say do that and just don't move, don't make any sudden movements. Every so often go something like, here, come here. So the cat comes to you, and it'll actually help it out a lot with the skittishness. Because
Yeah.
if you're sitting on its level and you're offering it a treat and stuff, it'll take a little while to come to you, but it'll actually help it a lot.
Absolutely.
Hey, there's my buddy. Hey, Matt.
guys.
What's
There's
up,
somebody.
Matt?
Hey. Oh, not
Hey.
much.
Cranky writer in the house.
So all right. So we got Matt here. Now he came in at the right time for the same question. So Matt, what is your favorite horror video game?
You're on the spot, brother.
Oh, great. I come in, I'm immediately on spot.
What do you think?
Hey, they did it. They did it to me, man.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, I told them I picked Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. You can use that one if you
I've
want.
got to bounce,
Yep.
unfortunately, guys.
All right.
Oh,
Thanks,
sure.
Purity.
Bye.
Hope to join you guys again sometime.
See ya.
bye.
Bye.
Ah,
So,
man.
I'm going to
We-
say Doom 3.
We've lost the token vagina. No.
Doom 3.
Yep.
I think it was me.
I think System Shock counts as horror.
Mm-hmm. It's more psychological than flat out.
Well,
but yeah.
That's
System
like
Shock
a
is like
game I haven't
sci-fi
played.
horror.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't any RPG a horror game for an SJW? Ooh, two murderers.
System Shock is like only partially an RPG, Matt.
Oh, I know. I'm making a joke.
I know, and I'm just saying, like, no, they wouldn't be triggered by it because it's only partially an RPG.
Dude. You're assuming that they need something to be triggered by when just like, you know, a stiff breeze can trigger them. So come on, man.
Speaking of which, anyone notice that Ben and Jerry's now has an awful new flavor?
Yes.
Yes.
Resist.
What is it called?
Resist.
Pecan
Pecan
resist.
Which is supposed to be a pun. Sadly.
right. But I pecan resist.
For the
their
record, Ben
fucking-
and Jerry's is awful.
You
Ben
know
and
what?
Jerry's is awful.
food-
It's overpriced, and
Fish food is good, but it is
Fish food is
overpriced.
great. Yeah, I would have sex with fish food.
Yeah. I would rub it all over my body, and God damn it, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Okay, and that's some badass horror right there. I'm running for the covers.
There you go, man. I brought the terror.
Tell me what I'm doing under those covers. Listen, Purity's
We're talking about.
someone's got to fill in.
Okay,
All right,
did we
guys.
just
Go ahead.
did we just switch over to baseball now or something?
No. We're gonna.
'Cause I heard Cubs.
No, we did not switch over to baseball.
Could have sworn I heard somebody talking about the Cubs.
Yeah,
No.
I think that was a furry thing.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Okay, so I would.
Thank God.
I guess
Thank
I'll
God you
finish it
don't.
off here. I would have to say probably still my favorite game of all time is Resident Evil 2.
Yeah. Good
I
game.
mean,
I never
just
played 2.
everything with 2, just like for me, story narrative wise, the fact that you could switch between, you could play, basically it was 2 games in one. You know, the fact that you could play as Claire and then you could turn around and play as Leon,
It was
or
almost
vice versa.
It was almost 4 in a way because you had those extra scenarios.
Yeah, you had all those. The Ada Wong, you had her scenario there at the end. I mean, yeah. So like all those different things. Like for me, like, and I thought they toned like a lot of the jump scares that were in the original one down a little bit more, and especially with the liquors and stuff like that.
Not the
Those
liquors.
added those creep factor scenes for me.
Yeah. The liquors were terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
How about Parasite Eve? Anyone play that?
Oh yes.
Parasite Eve was great.
Yeah, Parasite Eve was I still consider that horror, the first one, but it was definitely more psychological horror. Like, oh shit, you know,
I
like,
have the first one. I've never played it though.
oh dude, seriously, play the first one. It is an awesome game. I got the first. The second one kind of unfortunately went into an action type game,
Sure.
but that first one was just unbelievable because that was straight all square before they went to shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then started remastering everything.
Pretty much so. Yeah.
Hey, if you haven't,
I'm guessing we're not going to discuss the third birthday then.
nah.
No.
Isn't that
That
the PSP one?
Yeah, and it wasn't terrible, but it was way different. You
Yeah.
know? But I will recommend, if you guys are Resident Evil 2 fans and haven't checked it out yet, check out the remaster or remake or whatever, the liquor footage. That will fucking terrify you, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They ramp those guys up. And the great thing about that in the remaster is, or remake or whatever, or reimagining, whatever you want to call it, is because they don't have eyes, they are dependent on sound. And so if you like sneak around them, they never hear you. And yet when they hear you, they tear your shit up. And it's terrifying in a way that the original game, you know, only kind of hinted at, you know, due to its limitations and whatnot. Yeah.
I think they took some stuff. It almost seems like they took some stuff from Resident Evil 7 and almost
did.
And added that into some of that factor.
Absolutely. They did.
Was Resident Evil 2 the one with Nemesis, or was that 3?
was
That's 3. That's 3.
I really want to play that one.
If you really want to play if you want to play a very scary and creepy video game level, you want to play the Oceanfront Hotel mission in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, because it's basically a haunted house mission. You're going through this hotel, it has a ghost in it, and you are picking up all these things that lead to a very, very dark story, and it's all told through the game, through that level's environment, and you're getting all that, and the game messes with your head because it'll throw things at the wall at you. You see a ghost, and
is that on the PC?
The atmosphere. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The atmosphere of that level is very oppressive, and even though you're supposed to be some badass vampire, this is genuine horror, man. I mean, fuck. I mean, even another level where it reaches that is when you do the Jimmy C mission, because thing about the Jimishi is they're a vampire clan that are good at molding flesh, if you get my meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they are known to have build their houses with there's the walls are covered in flesh and gore, and it's grotesque, and
Sounds like my kind of game.
It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it sounds
you get a
sounds like
get Vampire. Yeah, if you got a PC, get Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's on sale.
That's an older game. right?
GOG.com.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's on GOG?
It's on GOG. Yep.
Okay,
$5.
nice.
You can get it on Steam and GOG, but I'd recommend GOG.
Yeah,
Just because hey, DMR.
Yep.
DRM
Yeah.
even.
Yeah, you know what I mean. All right.
Oh,
So,
I knew what you mean, but I had to correct you because I'm a pedantic nerd.
yeah, that's okay. That's okay. So, hey, we got my one buddy here, ND Star, Paul. He's just joined us. So
Hey,
we're
buddy.
with him,
Hey,
and then
Paul.
we'll slide over to tabletop games, and then we'll hit movies.
All right.
Good.
Cool.
Good evening,
Sounds good.
everyone.
Good
What's up,
evening.
Paul?
Good evening.
All right. So, hey, Paul, we're talking right now. We're doing horror video games. What is your favorite horror video game?
Well, that's easy. I'm a hardcore Resident Evil fan.
Yeah, buddy.
Is nobody a Silent Hill fan in here?
Oh, no, I
that-
love
that
Silent
was
Hill
me.
too.
That was me.
That's my second favorite of Silent Hill.
That was great.
So, yeah, Silent
Yeah,
Hill.
I was pissed that they canceled the Silent Hill with Norman Reedus. I mean,
Yeah.
that would have been awesome, but they fucking canceled it. So.
Well, Konami's stupid.
Right. Yeah, they threw away piles of cash because of their little feud with Kojima, and that's retarded.
They made
Yeah,
a mean pachinko machine though.
Hey, here's a question: does Castlevania count as horror?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. I can consider them horror complete, even though they're partial action games. There are horror scenes in them and stuff like that. And depending on what version of the game, like if you're playing Symphony of Night, that's definitely, in my opinion, a closer to a horror game.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
like the first three are horror games because they borrow from horror movies.
You just reminded me. There are characters called Gaiban and Slagra. They were in the first Castlevania game, and they showed up in season 2.
Nice.
The Netflix show. And man, the show is really fucking fan service, like,
Yeah,
from top to bottom.
Don't say
I
too
love
much
it.
though, because I do want to watch it. Like,
No spoilers, no spoilers. But you should. It's great.
I will. I definitely will. Like it's actually really funny that you bring that up because today was going to be my day to do that, but I'm like, shit, I got a lot of drawing to do today. And then next page of the webcomic took up all my time.
Yeah, I definitely just say first season was, even though it was so short, it was still just fucking awesome.
It was, and it was building up to season 2, which has been amazing. I mean, one of my favorite musical pieces in the entire Castlevania series is "Bloody Tears," and that song plays at pivotal moment at a pivotal. I forgot how to speak. But
Don't worry.
Reminder
plays
that Bloody Tears is from Simon's Quest, though.
Yes. Yeah, and in that respect, I did kind of find it a little weird, but it is one of the most iconic songs in Castlevania, so it made sense that they used it here, and they used it to great effect. I mean, the scene.
Just a shame the game was terrible.
Which one? Oh, you know what, man? If you guys have never played Simon's Redaction or remake, not remake, but a ROM hack called Simon's Quest Fixed Version, you owe it to yourself because that makes the game so much better. It's actually not a bad game when it makes sense. If that and they shorten the day to night transitions and stuff like that, and it's actually a very good game. But not in its original state. Thank you for letting me ramble on about that.
I didn't even say anything. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, not a problem. All right, so we're gonna go to the tabletop.
Oh, that's easy. For me, that's easy. Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Yep.
Okay, that's one I've not played.
If you want to know how to play it, I've got like a whole chronicle going on my channel, dude.
Nice.
All right, Matt, what about you?
Yeah.
I haven't actually played any horror tabletop, so I guess I have no opinion.
Not even
You
Call of
don't sing
Cthulhu.
here.
Yeah, see, that's the one I played, was Call of Cthulhu, and I really enjoyed it.
Well, I'm not going to pretend I played something I didn't.
It's okay.
You know, I think depending on how you, depending if you're playing up against Chaos, I think 40K would fall in that category.
Oh, more 40K jokes. Awesome.
So are we talking about tabletop like board games? Or talking about like the role playing tabletop games? What is the?
Just anything like that.
Yeah.
If it's a tabletop game, then like if you play it on the tabletop, then that counts.
Shoots and ladders, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, that can be hard.
So even if you played like the what's it? Just plain old werewolf, not Werewolf the Apocalypse, the game where you have to guess who's the werewolf.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to change my mind. My horror game was Monopoly because it's too long.
Hey, that can be horrifying too, especially if you got someone running the table on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Well, like yeah, I don't know if you guys remember the vampire role playing game that was back in the '90s. Vampire
Vampire the Masquerade.
Yes, that Vampire Masquerade and the card game. I like them both. Those are my all-time favorite games right there. I know I haven't played them for years, but I like those. But other tabletops, I'm actually starting to learn to play Winter of the Dead.
Mhm.
It's a new one. I'm starting to learn that one. And my birthday was like last month, and I started this new table card game called
happy
Nevermore.
belated birthday, brother.
Yeah, I have this new card game I'm playing called Nevermore. It's I got a giant raven on it. It's Nevermore, and I just started playing that one too. But those are the only one I've actually got involved in right now. But
there's another game in the World of Darkness slang called Wraith the Oblivion. The premise to that game is you're a person who's died, and now you sort of come back as a revenant. It's sort of like an RPG of The Crow. But,
That's cool.
And you,
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, now here's the you've come back from the dead, and you've got a task to complete. Could be anything. Now here's where it gets really good. Is that what makes this game really interesting? Is that you sort of have to have two players for a single character. Because you have the normal player character, and then you have the character's shadow. The shadow is going to egg you on to do nothing but bad things, basically. And it's a game that's also very it's probably White Wolf's bleakest game, just because there's really no hope. You've lost everything. You can't get it back. About the only hope you've got in this game is that maybe you can get some closure and move on.
Damn, that's kind of nihilistic in a way. Like
it is. Yeah, it is. It like I said, it's a bleak game. I mean, when you get right down to it, and another one that probably also drives home the horror atmosphere of those games is Hunter the Reckoning. And why it does is because in all the other games you were playing a monster. This one, you're a normal human. Everything can kill you now. And it can kill you very easily.
Wow.
Hunter the Reckoning.
I didn't know tabletop games got this good. Like, I haven't played a tabletop since high school.
I've never played a tabletop.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Actually, the one time I sat down to play with a friend, he was stoned off his fucking mind and tried to mix the Ninja Turtles, the Robotech, and a bunch of other things together, those systems together. And he was like, here's your introduction to, no.
Yeah. I'm still going to say, though, if you're like playing up against a Chaos Army, 40K would sort of count, just because, well, chaos is chaos.
Yep.
Although I have to wonder, what would be the Chaos God you'd least like to go up against? Because you got Khorne, who's all about blood, slaughter, murder, and violence and war. You got Slaanesh, which is just pleasure and pain. You got Nurgle, who's decay and rot and disease, and Tzeentch, who is change and sorcery.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, never played it.
They're the 4 chaos gods in 40K.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. Let's go movie wise. All right. So we're gonna start with you, Brett.
Okay. I will say John Carpenter's Apocalypse trilogy.
I have not seen that.
Are you saying The Thing? And you're talking about all 3 movies, like The Thing, the Prince of Darkness, and
Madness.
And In the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've only seen The Thing, though.
Oh, In the Mouth of Madness was great. So great.
Cutter scene.
Yeah, there was actually an episode of my podcast I did with Dinte where we actually discussed all 3 movies in depth. Now, I'm gonna say personally, I like all 3 movies, but Prince of Darkness I consider the weakest just because the characters aren't really that interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But I like, and after that it goes to In the Mouth of Madness just because that's about as close as we ever got to an actual Lovecraft movie, and a good one.
Yep.
And then obviously I'm going to say The Thing is the best one.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of that, by the way, I don't know if you guys heard. So you know how that was based off a novella. Well, originally, originally the novella was a full blown book called Frozen Hell that was edited down to the novella. Well, they just found the original script and book and everything in Joseph Campbell's work.
Wow.
And they're releasing it on Indiegogo. There is an Indiegogo for them releasing the book.
Huh.
Yeah, it wasn't Joseph Campbell, it was John Campbell.
John Campbell. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And do I know, here's another thing. Here's another interesting thing for you, Chuck. Do you know who John Campbell would later go on to mentor?
No.
Isaac Asimov.
Yes.
Oh, iRobot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Foundation.
Yep. John Campbell would later go on to be an editor, and he would be Isaac Asimov's mentor.
No kidding.
Yeah. And actually, here's this one. This next one will fuck your minds up big time. It has to do with In the Mouth of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not originally a John Carpenter screenplay, believe it or not.
Yep.
Yeah. The guy who wrote it, let me pull up his name. Michael DeLuca.
That sounds familiar.
Now, here's where it goes. Oh, you have no idea, Tyler. Michael DeLuca, he has a career as a producer in science fiction and horror, but before he settled into being a full-time producer, he wrote an episode of Star Trek. But it was not just any Star Trek. It was not just any episode of Star Trek. It was a Voyager episode, and it wasn't just any Voyager episode. It was Threshold.
And for folks watching this who don't know what Threshold is, please explain it.
It is widely considered the worst episode of Voyager ever made.
There you go.
Okay, so here's the synopsis to that movie. To that episode. That episode Threshold. Tom Paris is trying to figure out a way to go past warp 10.
Mm-hmm.
He somehow figures it out, but unfortunately, it fucks up his genetics.
Okay.
Sort of makes him it sort of accelerates his evolution because bullshit science in Star Trek. Like, this is where it's playing
Those
fast
things
and loose with
go-
science really gets bad. And so he sort of turns into this lizard creature.
Oh God, bless it.
And then he kidnaps Janeway and does the same thing, and they warp away to an uninhabited planet, and Turns out that they're both fucking lizards and they've mated.
What? Come on.
Yeah.
Dude, you're hurting my brain.
You knew what I was. It is, like I said, there's a reason it's considered the worst episode of Voyager. Do you want to know how that and In the Mouth of Madness have the same writer? It's because when John Carpenter got the original draft for In the Mouth of Madness, he thought it had potential, but it needed a rewrite.
No.
Let me guess. Didn't Deborah Hill help rewrite it before she died?
I don't know. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I do know that. Let me just put it this way: what's good about In the Mouth of Madness is mostly, if not all, thanks to John Carpenter.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and you couldn't have gotten anybody else but Sam Neill to play that role too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll be right back. I need to quickly use the restroom.
Yep. I mean,
Chuck, I want to guess, Chuck. You being a Pennsylvania guy, how much are you a fan of George Romero?
He is my second favorite horror creator.
Second?
Yes.
Same here. I'm from PA too, and I'm a big fan of Romero too. Yep.
Who's your first brother?
Actually,
Dario Argento.
Yes.
Yeah. You like the Italian?
Yes, Luciano Fulci.
Yep.
Mario Bravo. Which, by the way, speaking of Mario Bravo, a lot of people don't realize. Do you know Planet of the Vampires? What movie inspired that? From Planet of the Vampires. What current movie actually, or current franchise was inspired from that?
Blade.
Alien.
Alien?
So really? Yes. So Dan O'Brien, who wrote the original Alien script, loved Planet of the Vampires so much. A lot of Alien was actually pulled from that movie.
No shit.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Go back and watch Alien and watch Planet of the Vampires. They're almost so much alike. So basically, it was certain things were changed and stuff like that with Dan O'Brien's Alien film. But yeah, it was like this creature took over human bodies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the thing is, what's funny about the 70s, a lot of stuff in the 70s, you look at Star Wars, you look at Alien and stuff like that. A lot of those were pulled from early films and redone. They would kind of redid the stories and stuff like that to make them, more palatable.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Unless it was Stanley Kubrick, in which case he was just making adaptations like, say, Clockwork Orange or The Shining.
You see, I'm not a Kubrick fan. I literally am not a Kubrick fan. I think he's...
What?
Yeah, I think he's overhyped. I love Clockwork Orange, don't get me wrong. I just think, and I love, 2001. I love a lot of the films, but I just think a lot of people hobnob him to be this glorious director. I actually think...
Right. He's competent at what he does, but does he deserve the accolades?
Okay.
That's
you like Clockwork Orange. You like 2001. What about The Shining?
I actually did not care for The Shining because I read the book first.
I love The Shining. I'm a huge Stephen King fan.
Yes.
So,
No, I'm right there with you. And The Shining was good on its own. Taken as its own thing, it was a fucking great psychological kind of horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about it, they're actually officially making Doctor Sleep as a sequel. They're making The Shining sequel with Ewan McGregor.
Really?
With Ewan McGregor as the son.
Yeah.
Hey, while we're still on Stephen King, I want this out in the open. The miniseries and film version of it are superior to the book, and mainly because they don't contain the underage sex scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I will still say, now coming back to the It movie, like for me, the original It movie, I liked the new one. I thought it was good. Mm-hmm. I just liked how the original one was done because it did like the book did. It was the flashbacks and stuff like that.
Sure.
The only thing it had against it, the movie, was the really, really crappy spider scene and leaving out the turtle aspect.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is,
that plays into the Dark Tower, doesn't it?
Yes.
On the turtle.
It does.
The turtle holds the earth or something like that. It's a big aspect of that. And actually, man, as a fan of the Dark Tower, I hated the Dark Tower movie. I thought Idris Elba was actually a decent Roland.
I liked the Dark Tower movie. I thought it was really good. I've been waiting for that movie since I was 15. I thought I was waiting for it since I was 15 years old, and I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, same here. But you know what? It actually isn't bad when taken as a continuation of the books, which is what it's meant to be. And it's not bad, but it truncated stuff. And it was only an hour and 30 minutes, and it was obvious. It was obviously, a victim of studio
hacking.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And
it should have been 2 hours. That film easily should have been 2 hours at most.
What movie?
The
Dark Tower.
I have not seen it though.
That movie was it long enough?
Yeah.
Oh, did you notice how when they were going through Midworld and they ran across a carnival or whatever?
Or Pennywise,
Pennywise, yes. That was because Paul and I, when we went and saw it together, I was like, dude, look. Like the amount of stuff that was dropped in that movie for Stephen King references was great. Like the dog, that was walking on the street, the big Saint Bernard.
Mm-hmm.
So Cujo. Yep. Yeah, there was tons of Easter eggs in it.
Yes.
Oh.
And I did like that movie very much, but I thought that it was truncated and kind of rushed.
Yeah.
And I did think that what's his name played a good Walter. In this, and when taken as a continuation of the book, it's neat. Like.
Do you know what else is a good Stephen King adaptation? The Salem's Lot miniseries.
Yep.
Salem's Lot was great. Yeah.
I've never seen I've never seen it, and I think the only Stephen King movie I've ever seen was The Shining.
Dude, you gotta watch the Pet Cemetery.
Okay.
Redemption.
Pet Cemetery has a remote. Pet Cemetery has a Ramones song. That's all the reason to watch it.
I have a really, really love-hate relationship with Pet Cemetery because I was supposed to see it at a drive-in movie theater, but we had to leave early.
Shit.
So we were going to see it with Young Frankenstein. We watched Young Frankenstein. We had to leave for issues. I'm not going to talk about it here. But we had to leave, and I was super pissed off about it because I was super excited to see that.
Yeah.
Well, Pet Cemetery, Salem's Lot.
That you remember the drive-in is fucking excellent, dude.
Dude, that was my childhood. I went to a drive-in at least once every summer.
Yes, sir. That's where I saw Friday the 13th Part 3 or 4.
Does anyone know that the first Friday the 13th movie was filmed in my home state of Washington?
Yep. Yep. What's funny is I'm a little bit older here. My first horror film was actually I have to rub it now here because it's my badge. But my first horror film was actually Friday the 13th Part 4. I was 10 years old.
Yep. That was one I saw, brother.
I don't even know.
That classic scene when he's dancing, the guy was dancing in front of the film with the naked ladies, and he gets stabbed in the back with Jason with the.
What year was that?
Hardcore.
Yeah, that was Part 4. That was
1988.
Anyone in the call got any love for the classic Universal horror films?
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
Right here. Yeah.
Of course.
That's where I learned how to draw, dude.
Yeah.
Hands down. Well, the Wolfman. You got to give classic love
Frankenstein,
to
Dracula with Bela
That's
Lugosi.
my man.
Dude,
that's my shit.
I'm also a fan of the Hammer Brothers too.
Yes, the Hammer horror movies were great.
Yep.
And that's where my love of Christopher Lee came from.
Let Me In was great.
Yeah.
See, I really enjoyed the Puppet Master movies. Those were
it's kind of younger.
Remember
I was gonna say it's just kind of stupid, like how so many people my age, they sort of don't give those movies a chance because like they're old, they're black and white, and they're kind of slow. You don't understand, like they're slow because they're trying to. It's building atmosphere, man.
Yep.
Right.
I'm still
right. It's using the assets they had effectively. It was making more of less, I think.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, the Nosferatu film alone was just unbelievable.
Well, talking about horror production, Full Moon Productions, who made the Puppet Master, they had a whole bunch of great horror movies. Like besides Puppet Master, they had a whole list, and they.
Well,
the 90s they did they were kicking them.
And Empire, they were known as Empire before, and then of course, and then that sadly went bankrupt, and then Full Moon came, and they actually have 2 subsidiaries or 3. I know they still make movies.
Yep.
And they even have a kids, movie section called Moonbeam, and then adult only section called Moonlight.
I was actually able to find the entire Puppet Master series on DVD for around $5 at Walmart.
Nice.
Well, they have a new one now that just came out.
Well, is that the third Reich?
13 or something like that.
I have 1 through 10. That's all the Puppet Masters I have. But I also have 3 Killjoys and 5 other random ones, plus some others. And I got a 17 movie pack of Full Moon from Walmart. And then I got random ones from a gas station, like a few.
I have the first one.
Dude,
I'm not kidding.
Hands down, for me, I was a huge, because I love Phil. And Paul and I met at a haunted house. And I was a huge, during the 90s, I was all about Full Moon. Because, the Blood Species series was excellent. I loved, to me, what was so great about those series were they were trying to do, like the old Universal monsters. As least as amount as possible. They tried to stick without, overtly special effects that were starting to come in. They tried to use traditional, makeup and traditional, puppets and stuff like that, So that's what I loved about it.
Right. Hey, I wanted to ask you something. My recollection of Puppet Master is kind of limited, but I remember this one scene with this character that had a drill.
Driller.
Driller.
He's my favorite.
Yep.
Yeah, and he drilled some guy in the brain.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, that was in the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one's the only one I've seen. I remember that Driller and that dude with the spinning head were the 2 that I really liked.
The Jester.
Well, there was 6 shooter. There was 6 shooter.
He appeared in the third one. Yeah.
So what's really interesting? Do you guys know who was the original in the first Puppet Master? Who the original creator was? The actor.
I know. I saw him in Mousetrap. He was the father in Mousetrap, and I've seen him in so many other movies, but I can't remember his name. That's
William Hinky.
That fucking unfortunate last name.
William what?
Hinky.
Hinky.
Okay, I feel a little bit better about my last name, Hinkle.
It could be his last name being like Butts or Dick or something. That fucking sucks.
My last name is Daryl Cockmaster.
My name is a joke. My name is actually Huge Ass.
Dude, was Donald Sutherland in the original Puppet Master? He was.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
Fucking hell. I love Donald Sutherland, dude. He was in the remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Which one? There are multiple ones of that.
Yeah,
well, the one from the mid-90s, I think.
Yeah, no, that's the Puppet Master. That has nothing to do with Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
No, he doesn't. But he's also been in that movie.
Yeah.
Actually, here's another question I want to float. By the way, I want to float to the chat. Here's a question I want to float to everyone in the call. How many horror movies have you discovered through James Rolfe?
Do not. You don't know who James Rolfe is?
Oh yeah, Cinemassacre, AVGN, and I've seen I learned so many movies from him with horror movies with the during his whole October thing, and Monster Madness, and I'm just sad that he's not doing as much as he's used to, but that's got me started and finding some of these movies, and
Yeah,
a lot of stuff, and like
a window into Hammer Horror.
Isn't
hold on.
Shit, what was it? Are we considering like by saying found? Do you mean we've watched or just
okay, like how many do you, I guess, like either watched or now have knowledge of now that you like got introduced to them through that you got because you got introduced to them through you're watching James Rolfe's stuff.
See, I didn't watch. I don't know. I guess I don't know who he is because all my stuff is.
He's the angry video game nerd, Chuck.
AVGN, dude.
Yeah, but still, all my exposure to horror came through working at West Coast Video and Blockbuster and stuff like that. So, that's how and that's actually how I got to watch like Dario Argento. I worked at Suncoast. So when they came out when they started doing the re-releases of all the old Italian horrors, one of my first DVDs that I bought was Suspiria, Dario Argento, and then Phenomenon. So that's how I started getting into a lot of horror movies, is because I actually worked in the video store and stuff like that. This is in the 90s. This is before. Yes,
that's fucking cool.
Well, Chuck, I know you're older than me, but I think I've been in horror movies longer than you. Then it sounds like.
No.
It sounds like you came around to your horror movies in a different way.
No. I'm saying I was watching horror movies back. I was watching horror movies in Milton Hershey, but I was just watching the standard horror movies and stuff like that, and everybody else. Sure. But getting into the other, like the more, stuff like the eclectic stuff of the Italian horror, the Japanese horror and the Chinese horror, and all that stuff started coming in when I started working in. My first video job, I worked at West Coast Video, and that was in '94. So.
Dude, you've been okay. I wasn't even born yet, man. Come on.
I'll be 44 in 6 days. So.
You sound like you're a fucking college student, dude.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, I'm only 5 years younger than this guy.
Paul, you're what? You're 3 years. You're 3 years younger than I am, right?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you're 44 or 40, right?
Yeah, I just turned 40 in September. Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, belated.
Thank you. Well, I know we're talking about old ones, but besides me, did anybody else see the new Halloween movie when it came out this year?
No,
not yet.
I haven't seen it.
I saw it the opening weekend. I loved it. It was actually really good. Yeah. I actually gave it props. And Jamie Lee Curtis did a great job in it, even though she's a lot older.
Even though she was insane, right?
Yes, I know, but she did a great job. How can I say best? She turned into a Halloween version of Sarah Connor from Terminator.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was I love the movie. I loved how it went, and they did not deter from the gore, which I'm happy about that.
Right.
And they're already planning to make a sequel to it. I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and I really liked it.
I love the fact that the movie disregarded the last several Halloween movies.
Well, those suck. Question. Do any of you guys consider Psycho a horror movie?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I also consider the Birds a horror as well.
Oh gosh, the Birds. Hey, you want to know something fucked up about the Birds? Dude, the girl that was in that Lena Headey, I think. She was made to sit there and let the birds pick at her.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, Hitchcock was. There's a lot of stories of fucked up things Hitchcock.
Insane.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But the movie we got was greater for it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucked up things Hitchcock did to his actors behind the scenes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir.
So hey guys, I just want to show you. We were talking about horror films. Yeah. Look at my screen.
Mm.
Hold on,
This is my horror folder.
I can't see it.
Damn.
Just click on Chuck's icon on the bottom.
Yeah, I was trying, but it was just bringing up the wrong thing.
Damn, Chuck. Actually, now I actually have to ask you a question, Chuck. How often growing up did you get Chucky jokes thrown at you?
All the time.
Oh man, why didn't I ask that question?
I had a lot of those jokes thrown at me too because I was a midget.
That was me. Sorry. There's lightning and thundering going on. So if you heard that, that was.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, was that real?
Yes, that was real. Just perfect timing, I guess.
I love it.
Huh.
I love. Hey, listen. Lightning and thunder is the best time for me. Like when it's raining or snowing or whatever, I fucking dig it, dude.
Yep.
Oh, I agree.
Good sleeping weather.
I agree with the sleeping weather. I don't like it when I'm drawing and my power goes out and because digitally everything's gone.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I just did 3 hours of work and now it's gone.
Oh, that's why
I love it. Well, I love it.
That's why
out here in Washington. Out here in Washington, it's raining right now.
Yeah, that's why I do my work analog. Like, you guys have seen my stuff, and it's weird and sketchy and stupid.
Well, I do both, dude. Like, I totally get where you're coming from. This is I'm sorry.
No.
This is Doctor, right? That's talking.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Yeah, I have seen your work, and every time I see it, I admire your line work because when I do it, I don't know how to do the inking process. So
I don't either.
Wait, you don't ink your stuff?
No, I ink it. Yes, sir. But I don't know how to do it.
Oh, I was about to say your stuff looks super inked, and I was like, holy shit.
Really?
Yeah, like So you don't ink at all?
No.
Oh my gosh, some of your work looks like it's inked, and that's why I'm super
No,
I thought you were inked because that's why I thought.
It's all inked, but I don't know how to do it, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I got
Are you using clip art?
Who?
Are you using clip art?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No, Ty.
No. Clip Studio, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about physical work, though.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
No, dude, I don't know. My art, and I think it's about time I said this. I have no goddamn clue what I'm doing most of the time.
Hey, I can't.
So you're basically
right there.
So you're basically Andy Dwyer, Doc. You have no idea what you're doing, but you know you're doing it really well.
Yeah, I think that's. Yes, I have to admit that. But no, dude. I for a time there, I was like really, kind of limited by what I wanted other people to see, instead of doing what I wanted to do. If that makes sense. Yeah. So my art was weird for a while.
Why can't I find you on Twitter?
Oh, you can.
He's at DR. Is it Science Whiz?
There it is. Okay.
Right here.
Why am I not following you? That's what I'm pissed off about.
Oh, okay. Ty, leave the chat. No, I'm just kidding.
I could have sworn I followed him before. That's the problem.
It's probably because Twitter's been unfollowing people.
Oh,
at random.
Yes,
so
yes.
Hasn't unfollowed me from anyone that I can. Although I might have unfollowed people from me though.
Oh
well,
yeah. That's why I tell anybody use Crowdfire, because that way you can see who you lose followers and who unfollow, or vice versa.
Right. But Ty's potato drawing is fucking jack irons.
Which one?
The potato, brother. He's eating a potato.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah,
you knew who can kick Michael Myers' ass? Jack Irons.
Jack Irons good.
There's only one person Jack Irons can't kick the ass of. Chuck Norris.
No. He could probably kill him too.
No. Cody even admitted to me if Jack and Chuck Norris went at it, the world would probably explode.
That's great.
That's an interesting theory.
That's freaking great. I love it.
Cody's great though, dude.
Yeah, Cody's fantastic.
Yeah, Cody's cool. Yep, Cody's Pete.
I love that. I love working with him. I love that Matt, and I are in the same company.
Yes, sir.
Well, I gotta bounce, guys. Lunch hour is almost over. Thanks for having me on, though.
All right, Brett, have a good one.
Yep. Happy Halloween, people.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween, brother.
Nice meeting you.
It is.
All right, so where do we leave off here? Matt, your favorite horror film? Matt.
Wait a minute, is that Matt Trin?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, god damn it. I don't know anyone in this chat by voice. I just know them by their Twitter pictures. I'm not looking at the chat, so I'm just like, who's all in here? Duh. Matt's in here? Sweet.
Yeah.
We got some guys in here.
Who else is in here that I might know?
You know Nerdy Texan Accountant or ND Star?
I don't.
You need to follow both of them.
Probably should do that.
Yeah, Nerdy Texan's awesome because him and I talk a lot of like obscure horror, and him and I had a really good night. We talked kaiju and stuff like that.
Fuck that! I would have loved to have been part of that one. You're one of the biggest Godzilla dorks ever.
Oh yeah.
I've been following that brother for a while, man, and I love that.
Oh, how did you get into Godzilla?
My dad, and before him, my grandpa.
For me, I got in through watching reruns of the Hanna-Barbera cartoon from the 70s, the one with Godzuki.
Oh no!
And
why?
But that's the thing, though. That's what got me started into Godzilla. Then I started watching some of the Japanese ones, and when I was younger, when I watched the first one, the 90s Godzilla, American one, I said, Godzukis, when I saw the little baby Godzillas. I was a little kid. I was 5 when it came out. So,
I call that the Jurassic Park ripoff.
I had my uncle saw. Have you all seen Final War? Godzilla Final War?
Yes.
So you all know that there's that scene where he fights Zilla and beats him in 30 seconds?
Yep.
Yes.
So when my uncle went and saw it in theaters, everyone stood up and applauded when Zilla was killed.
Do you know the director of Final Wars was?
What was that?
Do you know who the director was?
No.
Ryuhei Kitamura-san, who also directed a movie called Versus, which you highly have to watch.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, and he also did Midnight Meat Train.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
What's Midnight Meat Train? That sounds
Clive Barker?
Sounds like
horror movie.
Yeah. Dude, Clive Barker is probably one of the most influential horror writers next to Stephen King. Oh yeah. He's actually known for the 2 other films he's known for, of course, is the Hellraiser series. And then he is also known for Nightbreed.
Nightbreed.
Yeah, I know his name is in the first 2 Hellraisers, but he also was the executive producer for the 3rd and 4th Hellraiser movies.
Yep.
So he did have control over that, and I think that's why probably the first 4 are good. The first 2 are good. Mm-hmm. Then the other 2, I think, in my opinion, 3 and 4 are okay. Not as great as the first 2, but better than the later ones.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. The first 2 Hellraiser movies are amazing.
Yep.
That's the other one I have not seen a single one of.
Oh, dude, you have got to watch
up, brother.
No.
So unless I'm super into it, so if it's a Godzilla film or a superhero I'm really into, which I still have not seen Venom, which is really
don't worry.
Yeah, but Venom's one of my top 2.
So
it's him and Deadpool. So I really should have seen that. I haven't even seen Deadpool 2. Anyway, so unless
you gotta see the Deadpools. They're great. I've seen them both.
Okay.
Deadpool
So
2
I
is
think we
amazing.
have how much trouble would I get in if I do a stream night where we watch some movies?
You're getting a lot of trouble.
If they're public domain movies, then it's A-okay.
So look, use Rabbit. That lets you stream things, and just do the YouTube thing. And who gives a fuck about whether or not YouTube accepts it afterwards.
I wonder if we could do it where I could do
watching it, right?
What's that?
I was gonna say, to me, it's more about watching those movies together than giving a fuck about whether or not YouTube stabs us in the throat.
So what if we did a Hangouts though? We didn't do a live stream. We just did a Hangouts and watched it.
So going off of that, here's the issue with me and movies. So I don't watch a lot of movies because unless I'm really into it, I can't sit still and I get really fidgety and bored.
Sure.
That's my issue.
Yeah. I'm with you. Absolutely 110% on that.
Like, that's why I usually stick to video games because I'm constantly doing something.
Sure.
Whereas with a movie, it's like, okay, I get to sit here and watch this. But, like, if I'm really into it, I'll do it. Like, I've marathoned entire shows in a day because I'm into it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. All right, so when we lost you, Matt, what is your favorite horror film?
I think Alien. Because, it's got the perfect atmosphere. It's got adults who are doing smart things,
Sure.
People doing certain things in a horror movie. What do you expect?
And Ellen is a really great character.
Yep.
Earlier, I probably would have said that Alien Isolation would be my favorite horror game, but I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah. I've heard it's pretty good.
I've heard that as well.
Yeah, you know what? I only got with Alien Isolation, like I only got like towards the beginning, like, and I got really pissed off because it basically, no matter where I could, like the alien would freaking find me. Like I would be hiding in a closet, and somehow that freaking alien would find me. I'd be like, go ahead. Matt, go ahead.
Matt?
I guess did we lose you again?
Matt, boo, come back.
What?
No,
Okay, so you want to know what a really bad game would be at a party? Play Alien Isolation with the I have the Kinect on. Yeah, am I here?
Yeah, you're here.
Am I still there? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello. Hello.
Matt.
Am I here?
Matt lost Wi-Fi, guys.
Yeah, we lost him.
Yeah, he's in the chat. He's in the chat. He's there. He's alive. He lost Wi-Fi.
Yeah, a Nerdy Texas accountant. We lost him too. So, oh yeah. Oh, okay. He lost Wi-Fi.
Right. I said that like 16 times.
No, I thought you were talking about Matt. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I said, "Hey."
What is that?
Josh.
Oh, hey, Josh.
Josh, the amazing animator.
What's up, Josh? Yeah.
Josh.
Hey.
I love this guy. I fucking love this guy.
Yeah,
All right,
he loves you. How you guys doing?
Yeah.
We are talking horror movies right now.
Talking about porn.
What channel is this on?
So this is my secondary channel.
What's it called?
Volt Chaos.
This is Dr.
Okay.
Science.
So the first one is Sporkman. The second one is Volt Chaos. My two.
Gotcha. So I'll subscribe to that so I don't miss any of that.
So we were with Matt talking about what his favorite horror film was. We kept losing him, and he was talking about Alien was his favorite film.
God, man. Hey, I want to say thank you for letting me talk to people I fucking love in the community.
Not a problem, dude.
Yeah, these guys are great. I love Josh. He's a good friend.
I do what I can. I'm all right.
Yeah. Hey. How's the thing going with the characters?
She's still not ugly enough.
No. Brother, God, man, my brain is fucked up, but the thing we worked on.
Yeah. Oh, it's going well, man. We're gonna show you some stuff in a little bit that I think you're going to be real excited about.
Oh, I'm absolutely. These guys are talented, and I've had the best of luck getting to know these guys, and they're doing something and building a comic based on something that just kind of I threw out there. You know, I brought these guys together, and they are amazing, and I love them. And I can't stop fucking.
You can't stop fucking? Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
That's a good problem to have. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, brother.
Man, consider this.
Sorry.
We lost him. Damn it!
You broke me. Okay.
I didn't know. I didn't subscribe to Volchaos either. I just subscribed for it right now. I didn't know you had a second stream.
I got a third channel, but I don't use it that much.
What is it?
It's my private one. I don't.
Oh,
yeah.
Private, you say?
It's where he it's where he posts his dick pics.
No, I don't.
Go on.
No, I just that's actually more my that's good. That plans to be my religious channel, like where I talk about religious topics and stuff like that. So,
by the way, Josh created Pineapple Pizza Man.
Yep,
I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not. That was actually created by a guy named Theron Kurth. I'm not going to take. I'm not going to take credit for his creation.
Okay.
I'm just the artist for it. He brought me on to do the art for it, and he's going to write it. I kind of tweaked the character a little bit, and I've been commissioning some other people to do some drawings of Pineapple Pizza Man to kind of like get the word out, get the character kind of in people's heads for when we launch in 2019.
Is this a stab at Donald DeLay?
No.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, Josh. How's PTSD doing?
It's going good. It's going real good, man. It's a little slow right now.
Sure.
I'm kind of trying to figure out the designs for some other characters and whatnot. And
sure.
All that.
Did you know I drew Ted the other day, brother?
Yeah, I saw. I think I retweeted it.
You did?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we lost Wi-Fi for a short while because
everything
went out for a little bit. It's like it was like in less than a second for that because it happened twice in a row. Everything went out Wi-Fi, so that's why.
That's why
I'm now back, so everything's good now.
Yeah, that's why Matt's out right now. He said he lost Wi-Fi too. So,
but Josh, I love you. Hey, Josh, I love you, brother. Thank you for everything you've done for me.
Yeah, anytime, man. No, you've been real fun. You've been a good guy. You brought us all together, and you helped to create something that's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I follow you, Josh, but this is actually the first time I've actually talked to you, though.
Yeah. Who's this?
This is my friend Endart Star.
Endart Star.
Oh, okay. Hey, how are you doing?
Good. I follow you on Twitter, but this is actually the first time I've actually been able to listen to you or talk to you, so it's nice to meet you, too.
Well, hey, if you ever want to hear some more from me, then just head on over to Manimations Inc. on YouTube. We do some live streams there once a week. We're going to be doing one with Brett R. Smith this Saturday.
Nice. Now, I didn't want to show up on this show because I sound like a retard. And the crippling
because I'm here.
All kidding aside, man. This is kidding.
Said the R word. Ban him.
No, Josh, what's your favorite horror movie, brother? You're on the spot now.
Yep, man, that's a tough one. Because a lot of what some people would consider to be horror movies, I really wouldn't classify that way.
No, who cares, man? If you like it, let us know.
What would be a horror movie? I think it's a toss-up between the first and the second Child's Play movies.
Yes, sir.
Good.
I love those movies. Mm-hmm. Great character, perfectly portrayed by
Brad Dourif.
Brad Dourif. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, fantastic movie.
He was Grima Wormtongue, wasn't he?
Yes.
Him and Clint Howard. Yep.
Oh, and his daughter.
What do you mean?
Amazing too.
And Clint Howard. Clint Howard also did Wormtongue? What?
No. Something I have no idea. did somebody bring up Clint Howard?
Somebody brought up Clint Howard.
Huh.
Who is Clint Howard?
You do not know who Clint Howard is?
I don't know a lot of people, man.
He's Andy Griffin's. He's Andy Griffin's son.
He's also Ron Howard's brother.
Oh, yeah.
He was in The Waterboy.
Not be a smart man.
I don't know any of these people.
You know what the funny thing is? Clint Howard. Ron Howard was the guy who directed Solo.
Soilo.
Yeah.
Soilo.
Get it right.
Yeah. And he's a weird director. He's kind of boring most of the time, but people like him. And but no, he got his start in Andy Griffith.
Yep.
Yep. Huh. And his brother is the weird fucking looking guy the redhead guy, balding redhead guy that shows up in a shit ton of movies.
Do you know his brother was also in Star Trek?
You would absolutely recognize him if you saw him, without a doubt. Right.
Yep.
Like everybody knows him, they just don't know that they know him.
Gotcha.
He's one of those. He's one of those actors.
In fact, let me.
I was gonna say I can do it here.
Yeah.
I'm already screen shared. I could do it too, but I'm working. I'm working. I gotta manimate this fat ugly chud.
Dude, you guys.
Gosh, your animations are fucking excellent, by the way, you guys.
Thanks, man. Working hard.
Dude.
We got some stuff coming. You'll
never find a bigger fanboy than me.
That's all right. I don't mind. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Seriously.
No complaints.
The comics community has been amazing. You guys have had my back, and you, Josh, have had my back. You know, when I needed it, and you know that means a lot to me, brother.
Yeah, no man left behind. That's the rule. That's the rule.
But
always has been, always will be.
You're also just genuinely a nice guy.
I try.
So yeah.
Don't tell my girlfriend. She still thinks I'm a bad boy. She still thinks I'm a bad boy.
That's okay. That's great.
I'm kidding. She knows I'm a puppy dog.
All right. Let's move on. We're gonna go to Paul. What's your favorite?
I'm a huge horror fan. Let's see. Well, I guess my top three would be I'm a hardcore fan of I love the Friday the 13th with Jason Voorhees.
Sure.
My man.
Yeah.
I've only seen one of them.
What?
Yeah.
I've only
marathon the entire series in under a week.
Yeah, I've only seen Jason X.
Oh my god!
The one where he's on the space station.
Yeah, that's the only Jason movie I've seen.
That movie was kind of fun though.
It was fun. It was stupid. It was so bad.
It's so bad, but it's fun. It's fun.
You know what's funny is that even though I had never seen a Jason Voorhees movie, I was able to predict everything that happened to that movie second to second. It was the most predictable trash movie ever made.
Here's where you're wrong, because that movie makes the original Star Wars trilogy look like shit.
I don't know if I go there.
Luke, I am your killer.
I haven't even said it with a straight face, but
okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to ask you to commit to the bit and explain why. Explain your reasons. Oh, let's do it. Why?
It still happens to be my favorite horror film because of how fucking awful it is.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes. So I love how ridiculous because I feel like that movie knows it's ridiculous, and I love it. I really watched it many times.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it really doesn't seem to be taking itself too terribly seriously.
And here's the best part: that movie looks fucking cool, and that's all it needed.
It does.
That's all it needed for me to be like, "Yep, this is it. This is the one I love." I love Friday the 13th the most. That is my favorite horror series of all time. But Jason X is the one movie is a special place in my heart, and it is my favorite horror film just because it looks cool.
Well, somebody's shallow.
Well, when it comes to cool characters, yes, very.
It's not about what's on the outside; it's on what's on the inside that counts.
Unless you're
and you're gonna see what's on the inside as Jason fucking slaughters you.
Yeah. Oh, he makes sure everybody sees the insides.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's
on the inside too.
Okay, I gotta say though, that part where he like smashes puts the
sleeping bag
computer the computer girls in the sleeping bag and just starts smashing them on the walls, and they're so disinterested. They're like, ow, 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 ow.
All right, yeah. Well, see, I know there's a lot of bad things, but Jason Voorhees, he's a awesome slasher character.
Sure.
And I have to go with you're talking about Jason. I really like Jason Voorhees and the Friday the 13th series.
No, what did you call him? You said he's a Gotham slasher?
No, I said an awesome.
Oh, sorry, I misheard you. My bad.
Awesome slasher. Yeah. And then I would have to go. Then I would go. My second would be Halloween. Michael Myers, and Halloween is my second favorite.
Favorite, right here.
And then my third.
Sorry, go ahead.
Then my third would be, of course, I have to go with Nightmare on Elm Street as Freddy Krueger.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a comedy. That's a comedy.
No.
Straight horror.
The first Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, the first
horror,
one,
dude.
The first Nightmare on Elm Street. That's a straight up comedy, dude.
No.
Are you kidding me? It's hilarious.
Okay, you might find it funny that people are being disemboweled and shit in their dreams.
I mean, who doesn't?
Hey, especially when Freddy pulls Johnny Depp's character right through the bed and all that.
Okay, now that was so funny. That was funny. But, but no.
Johnny Depp is in that movie?
Yes, sir.
And Kevin Bacon was in Friday the 13th, Part 1.
He plays Heather's boyfriend. Yeah.
I knew Kevin Bacon was in Friday the 13th. I just didn't know
Heather.
Nancy.
What's her name?
Nancy.
Heather Langenkamp played her. God, I have a thing for Heather Langenkamp.
I imagine the proper term is had, past tense.
No, she
still does.
Sexy.
Well, all right,
Nerdy Texan.
Did anybody get to see? Did anybody get to see the Goldbergs, the Halloween special? Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah, I heard that was great.
Goldbergs
is great.
Yeah, I don't watch the Goldbergs.
I haven't watched it, but my brother swears by it.
Isn't that a wrestler?
Yes, Goldberg.
Yes. Yes, there's a wrestler, but there's actually a TV series called The Goldbergs. It's about a kid in the '80s in Philadelphia, and the Halloween special. The Halloween special this year had Freddy Krueger in it, and Robert Englund played him again as Freddy Krueger.
Yes, he did. Yep. And the funny thing about the Goldbergs is it's based on a series from the '60s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely haven't seen that either. Then.
Well, it's actually the guy who created it. It was about his life.
Yes,
really?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
And it played off that old show, but it's about his life and growing up and shit. And there was an episode where his brother got really hooked on Punch-Out, the arcade version.
Yep.
Yeah. It's actually a really good show.
I don't doubt
it. Aside from the fact that Patton Oswalt does the voice of the older. Yeah.
Patton Oswalt's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm pretty sure he killed his wife. Allegedly speaking, so I don't want to be sued. But
the guy's
it's just your opinion. He is a creep. He is an absolute creep, but also like the worst of the male feminist, like utter like.
Oh yeah, by far. You know, to me, I honestly
virtue signaling.
I think he probably has done some really, really sick shit.
Oh yeah. He's got some major skeletons in his closet. I would be amazed if he didn't.
Yes, I hate to cut this off, but I gotta get going, guys.
Okay,
right.
Get out of here!
Yeah, I'm gonna another 15 minutes because I gotta go to work tomorrow too. So
so do I.
Wanted to get in here and say, hey, Ty, just wanted to say hi.
Oh, hey Ninja, how you doing?
Hi Ninja. Long time no see.
Finish the second eye.
Yeah,
Hey, brother.
Ninja sneaking in here. See, being the ninja.
Sneaky. See, I did him a favor by not telling everybody that he would be in a few minutes.
Hey, Ninja.
Gotta keep that ninja reputation. I'm looking out for you. I'm looking out for you, brother.
He's silent but deadly.
I made a
Ninja, brother.
You know, one of my first animations that I was gonna do was gonna be called Resident Evil: Silent but Deadly, and it was based off this comic strip that I drew while I was working in a call center.
Yeah.
Well, I had a Nintendo DS with the Resident Evil DS, and they called everything on DS always had like a DS name, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they called the DS version of Resident Evil
Deadly Silence.
They called it Deadly Silence.
Yep.
And of course, you think Deadly Silence, you think, silent but deadly. So I did this whole like really long comic strip, like really, really long. I'll put it on Twitter after this.
Yeah.
So you guys can take a look. But I wanted to animate it, and I started working on some rigs for it way back when. And I was gonna like really beef up the art for it, and I was gonna make it like really, really smooth stuff. So now that I actually know how to do all this rigging stuff in Toon Boom, I might actually revisit that and do that. But it was just like one giant like fart joke.
So Josh, I do have to ask: is that isn't Shira, is it?
No, this isn't Shira. This is her fat ugly chud friend called Glimmer. And you want to?
Are you serious? They made her overweight.
It doesn't.
Oh
matter.
Yeah, they made her
overweight.
They made her the pinnacle of feminism.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, she is peak feminism right there.
Really?
Fat ugly chud.
And this is accurate, huh?
Oh, big
Did
time.
the show?
Yeah.
God damn it, man.
Yeah,
the original She-Ra, she did not look like that.
No,
Right,
I have the original She-Ras on DVD for my kids. They love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great.
Because they're good.
I'm not going to let them see the new one.
Don't. It's going to be pure feminist propaganda. I promise you. Promise you.
Good thing we don't have Netflix anymore.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
Never had Netflix, so very much.
I will say the one good show Netflix does have is Voltron.
Castlevania.
I also really like Stranger Things.
Stranger Things is actually really good. I really like Stranger Things.
Castlevania and Daredevil season 3.
Yes.
I still haven't seen that. I've been wary.
It does also have Attack on Titan and One Punch Man on there.
Yeah,
sure,
but
that's not Netflix originals. Though.
Yeah, they're not Netflix originals.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Daredevil, fucking amazing this season. Castlevania, oh god, I love it.
I've only seen the first season. I haven't seen the second season of Castlevania yet, though.
Watch it.
I haven't seen any.
Go ahead, Josh.
No, I heard there was some sort of controversy with the second season. Something
really?
that was really heavy-handed or something. I don't know. I just kind of saw it on Twitter really quick.
No. Yeah, there are people bitching about the religious stuff.
Yeah.
And thinking it's too heavy-handed in the SJW, but it's not, man. Like even as a Christian myself, I watch that stuff and I can't disagree with it. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like God is kind of heavy-handed. He's kind of a douchebag in a lot of ways, I guess. Yeah. At least looking at the series as it stands, and Alucard does his thing, and he meets his goal, and it's fucking depressing.
Okay, depressing. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a good show though.
Fair enough.
All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to finish up here with the Nerdy Texan and Ninja, and then we'll kind of just wrap it up because, we're about 12 minutes here. And then, sadly, I got to end because I got to go to work tomorrow. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, Nerdy Texan, what is your favorite horror film?
My favorite horror film would be Psycho. It's what got me really into horror was that main one because I'd never seen an Alfred Hitchcock film until Psycho, and once I saw it, I loved it. And so I love that suspense and all that, the build up to things, and once that happened, then I could watch other horror movies and got more into it. But also, another thing that got me into like the B movies were two B movies: The Giant Gila Monster and The Attack of the Killer Shrews. And so, pretty much those two B movies basically got me more into also horror movies. So those are what really got me into it. And
so what? You're not going to tell me Night of the Lepus didn't get you into horror?
Hey, talk about Kingdom of the Spiders was actually really good. Okay, for me, B movie too.
Oh, of course.
Oh, hey guys, do you mind if I interject with a quick update here?
Yeah,
sure.
Slick Jimmy's Little Girl Lethal has passed 2,280 already on its first day.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
I'm so happy about that.
Do I get to talk about my favorite horror movies?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Go ahead, DR, man. It's your turn anyhow.
Okay.
DR.
Daryl.
I thought he was just saying doctor really weird.
My name's Daryl, Josh.
Now I know.
Yes, you do. I told you that like several months ago, but
I must have forgotten. My bad.
I love it.
I just always think of you as Dr. Science Wizard. It's just
that is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. But no, for me, like one of the biggest horror movies that I grew up with was Nightmare on Elm Street, dude. And it was more the concept than the execution. I love the idea of playing in people's minds and their dreams and stuff like that. And a killer stalking their dreams was great. And I really hoped they would have played that out in the 2010 movie. And though I love what's his name? The guy from what was that guy from that baseball movie as a kid? The guy who played Bad News Bears, dude.
That fucking guy that played Rorschach.
Yes.
Jackie Earl Haley.
Yes, sir.
Look at him.
And he played a great Freddy Krueger. But the movie was just more interested in retreading the original's steps than it was doing its own thing. And I would love.
Let me ask you something, because I totally slipped my mind. Was Freddy always a child rapist?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I don't think it. I think it was implied that he. Like they always said, it might be like there was never proof or something in the originals.
Dude. Freddy was always meant to be a child molester.
Yep.
But that didn't go over well, so they made him a child killer instead in the flicks. And so that's why this flick actually kind of worked better.
How is that worse? How is that not worse? that seems a lot worse to me.
You got to remember the time frame, though. You got to remember what the 80s were like. There was a little bit difference. They didn't. There was stuff like that you still didn't talk about.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, the whole second one was all about homosexuality.
Yes,
if you watch the second, I just watched it the other night. The director even says he blatantly talked about the whole movie about homosexuality coming out.
It was, and that was because of the director.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a scene where Freddy straight up comes out of the guy's skin.
As that's supposed to be a metaphor for him coming out.
Yes, exactly. And
wait, so Freddy is supposed to be gay then?
No. The character, the guy.
No.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, so the main character, basically, he was gay in real life.
Yeah.
Okay. So what they did was, because in the 80s, there was a lot of things about coming out, being gay, and the stigmatism and stuff like that. So they used that whole film as a way to portray that what they go through. It was almost like a horror, like he struggled with himself and who he was.
Right.
It almost became a whole different person.
It was supposed to be a metaphor.
Yeah.
Metaphor for coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, the second one for me was a great film.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I highly recommend to anybody to watch that film. I mean, it is an excellent film. Just even with the overtones and stuff like that, it is a great horror film for seeing what somebody struggles through.
And well, Josh, I would say that without knowing the development of it, those overtones. Oh, well, actually, no, I was going to say those overtones are great, but there's a scene in the shower.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe it was kind of about the overtones.
And, well, pretty much, I just think 2 doesn't really fit in with the rest of the series, with the franchise, sort of like how it is. So, sort of like how, but it's much better with the rest of the franchise than Halloween 3 is. So
sure.
Yeah, but you know what? Halloween 3 holds a major, I love Halloween 3. Because the original idea, a lot of people don't realize, Halloween 3 was originally meant to be how it was supposed to be. Michael Myers was only supposed to be a one and done thing.
Right.
That was it.
Right.
And every
specific supposed to be more a symbol than an actual repeated character.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be an anthology. So basically, every Halloween was going to be a different one. But the first one was such a runaway hit that they kind of almost scrapped the idea until Mafusa Akkad basically got involved and stuff like that.
Hey,
yeah, because Hollywood can't really do original. If they stumble upon one good idea, they milk it until it's long dead.
Yep.
But you know what? Speaking of milking ideas, Wes Craven's A New Nightmare did it in a fucking fascinating way.
Yeah.
By tying it to reality. And I love that. And Heather Langenkamp played herself. And I've had a nerd crush on Heather Langenkamp for years. But she played herself. And that was fucking a brilliant movie. That was my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie because it all was couched in reality and stuff. So
yeah, it was definitely good. All right, so Ninja, what about you, brother?
All right, my favorite horror movies are definitely the Hellraiser, the first Hellraiser.
Oh God,
great! I hated that movie.
And
so good though.
The Cenobites are what did it for me. They were freaking so trippy and cool.
Yep.
And the first Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. What?
I really liked the Dawn of the Dead remake. Actually,
well, that one was good
Zack
too.
Snyder did an excellent job with that.
Yeah, I liked the original better.
Can we have that Zack Snyder back, please?
Yes. I would love it.
But you want to know what scared the shit out of me?
What scared the shit out of you, Ninja?
When I was a kid, was the Child's Play movies.
Oh yeah, I was talking about those earlier because those are my favorites.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated this. Even when the commercials would come on, I'd close my eyes and cover my ears. I'd be like, "Fuck this, fuck Chucky." No. It was.
I actually, I had a dream. Okay, I gotta tell you guys this. I had a dream one time about Chucky, and I in the dream I was kind of in my bed and Chucky was at my door, and I was just like, I ran up to him and I kicked him down the staircase. Right, and then I went into my parents' room and crawled into their bed, and then went back to sleep. And then I woke up and I was in my parents' bed.
That's a trippy dream.
That's trippy, right? Like maybe I was sleepwalking or something.
That's possible.
Dude, I loved Child's Play because this was a toy, kid's toy, something you loved.
That's what scared the crap out of me as a kid.
Absolutely.
I don't like those movies to this day.
Right.
Not because they're scary anymore, but just because I don't want to watch it too much.
I love the Child's Play movies.
Does anybody have any love for Evil Dead?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, but that's not. I don't know if you can really consider the Evil Dead movies. I guess they're supposed to be horror, but they're so. The first
they're
one,
not horror.
The first one was straight. The first one was straight up
horror movie. I
but the first one was still funny.
Yeah, it did have its moments. It did have its comic relief moments. But yeah, those.
But the second one was more straight up comedy.
Yeah,
comedy horror.
And then the third one is action comedy horror.
Hey, have you guys seen the remake?
Yeah, the remake.
Yes.
No, not yet.
Scary.
The remake.
The
remake. That one plays it as a straight horror. That one plays it as a straight horror for sure.
And yet it touches on tropes that the Evil Dead, established.
Yeah,
and it does it so goddamn well. And the great
it just plays the whole thing straight, essentially.
Yes. And the great thing is they set up the Ash type
First
character.
Evil Dead TV show.
Oh God, Ash vs. Evil Dead is amazing. I love it. But the 2013 Evil Dead was great because they set this guy up at the Ash type character, right? Mia, you weren't expected to believe she was a hero. You were expected, based on the previous Evil Dead movies, to believe the guy that looked like Ash was going to be the hero.
Right.
And yet he got stabbed in the neck, and
yeah.
I mean, you didn't think she was going to be the hero in current year?
Yeah.
current year Hollywood didn't start in 2017.
Right. But the great thing about that movie was it wasn't playing on those tropes or playing on current year or whatever. It just did its own thing, and it did it well.
Yeah.
It was a great movie, and I love it.
Right on.
All right. Right on. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, it is 11:30, and I want to thank you all for coming. Appreciate it. Any final thoughts for tonight? Like, what does let's go with what does Halloween mean to you guys?
Fun. Have fun.
Halloween means candy.
Well, it means candy. Absolutely.
Yep.
But just have fun, man.
Halloween means tacos and burritos.
No, that's Cartman right there.
Halloween is fun, and also it's the only time I get to force my family to watch horror movies with me.
The way I actually see Halloween is just a celebration of fantasy and creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's really what it has become, and then it's just an excuse to like dress up and play and have fun like a big old kid again.
Yeah.
Like I just dressed up as Adam West Batman for Halloween.
I saw that, Josh.
You just being a big kid. That's great.
Here's something to make you guys all feel good. People that celebrate Halloween have a higher IQ than other people who don't celebrate Halloween.
No kidding.
I would believe that, especially considering all the people that are so adamantly against Halloween are NPCs.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. Halloween is about celebrating creativity and just having a fucking blast, man.
We're here for the good times. Not a long time.
The one day of the year I can put my friendly neighborhood ninja costume on, and nobody's gonna look at me funny.
Well, no, they're still gonna look at it.
What a great story, Ninja.
Well, although I was rocking my "Make America Great Again" hat today, got plenty of compliments from the people at their doors. But I guess I live in kind of a conservative neighborhood, so
sure.
Although what was funny, I was wearing my hat earlier at work, and it triggers the feminazis that come up to the stand. Like they can't take their eyes off the hat when I'm waiting on their. Like they look at it with fear, like I'm gonna jump over the counter and bite their face. They just look at me like, "Orange man bad, orange man bad."
I'm gonna reach across and punch you. You're a Nazi.
Make my sandwich great again.
All right, guys. Well,
I love it.
Thank you all for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I had fun.
Hey,
Thank you. I'm glad I was able to make it. I had to work, but I'm glad I was able to come at the end of it. So.
Hey, Sport.
Yeah.
Sport. Anytime you want me to join you, brother, I'm down for it, man. I had a blast.
I'm going to be doing probably another stream Friday night, brother. You're more than welcome to come on.
Yeah.
Brothers, let's brother on down to the Brotherhood of Brothertown. Brother.
I'm gonna try and do a live stream tomorrow night around 9:30. Doc, if you want, I'll send you a link.
I'd love it.
We can ham it up and goof off. I don't know if maybe
sir.
Chuck will drop in for a minute.
Yeah,
possibly. Yep.
Anybody
make some
Josh
comic book reviews?
Hey, Josh. Given everything you guys have done for me, I would love to do that with you, brother.
Sure thing.
All right.
Hey, and maybe this is me overemphasizing, but man, the comics community on Twitter has been amazing.
Oh, it's true. They really have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not only are they generous and
right.
kind and welcoming, but also like genuinely like they want to see people do well. Like it's rather selfless. I've noticed. Like people see somebody and they're just like, oh man, I'm having a hard time with a bill. I'm gonna open up some commission. Like, yeah, and Donald too. Just the other day, he was like, hey, I need to make some quick money for bills. Opening up commissions. I hit him up right away and gave him an extra 10. Just to be like, here you go.
And that's the impressive thing for me, because these people actually like my art, and that does my head in. But the fact that they haven't had my back, is what really matters to me. You guys have stepped up in a big way to encourage me to get better, and I love you guys. So,
we love you too, Doc.
Thank you, brother.
Ditto back end. Yep.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man.
It's all mutual, man. We
But
all
we're
got each other's
Nazis,
back.
guys. We're Nazis.
Oh God, we're just the worst, evilest of people.
Right, and and I gotta admit that upsets me when I see that. That upsets
No, I don't
me.
even
Oh.
I don't even think about it much anymore. Like they've literally reduced the meaning of those words to the point where they're almost the opposite of what they used to mean. Like when I hear someone screeching about how someone's a Nazi, nowadays my assumption is they're probably a good dude.
Right.
They're probably just a normal person who likes to have fun and laugh and joke.
Right. And that's me. The acceptance and appreciation and the all that I've met from the comics book. God, I'm drunk. but no, what I want what I want to say though is that if I want to leave this thing, having said anything, it's that the comics community on Twitter is amazing, and don't let those motherfuckers, the guys who would call us Nazis and whatnot, don't let them have any fucking control over you, because you guys are
Oh, we don't. The only thing I dislike is the people that keep giving them attention.
Right,
but they're starting to wake up. They're starting to wake up. I've noticed Donald is saying, like, I think I should just ignore these people. And I'm like, yes, I've been telling you that for months.
Even
EVS even said so.
Blocked Renthimus.
Yeah, and I said it's about time. Like, this is what you need to do. You can't give these people attention. They thrive off of it, and they keep escalating. They always escalate every single time.
And they docs our good friend that umbrella guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolute scum. They are absolute evil. They're evil.
Yeah,
they're the closest thing to comic book villains we'll probably ever get in the real world.
Absolutely. And I said about these people, and I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but I think these people are people who have to fill a hole in their soul by, you know, lording their self-supposed superiority over others.
Well, the way I see it is, it's basically the extreme end of Misery Loves Company.
Yeah.
Like they're so miserable and they want company desperately. And they do this by spreading the misery. That's how they've always worked, and they're just the extreme versions of it.
Right.
Almost done this eye.
Just on final note here, I just put a Twitter link in there.
Yes, sir.
Justin Enkel just did a Red Hood cosplay.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I love
Justin Eccles from
Supernatural.
I'm a huge fan.
Oh, Jensen Ackles.
Jensen.
It's not Justin.
No, Jensen actually played the Red Hood in Batman Under the Hood.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've heard that it's his favorite character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jensen seems like a really cool dude. Him and the guy who plays Jared Padalecki.
Yeah.
They both seem.
Oh
like
yeah, he was
really
in
cool
the
guys.
2009 remake. Yeah.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. He was actually the
Jason. Yeah, Friday the 13th. Yes. Yes, he was.
So,
but no, that was the last. Oh, that was the last Friday I needed to see. So now I've seen them all.
Right.
I still need to see all of them.
Yeah, me too, man. I
One
saw
of these days.
What is the one that had the psychic girl? Was that the third or fourth?
That was the not the sixth, the seventh one.
Really?
Yes, because the fifth one was when the kid from the fourth one was in the mental institution, and it was the fake Jason guy who was actually the father of the kid who got killed, who had the chocolate bar in his hand.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sixth one was when Jason came back to life, and then got trapped in the, I think, lake again. Wait, or no, because that was when the lightning struck him in the fifth one, and
God damn, he needs to learn how to swim.
Oh, was the fifth one where they buried him and then he got shot by lightning?
Oh no, that was the sixth one.
That was the sixth one.
Yeah, and then the seventh one was the second girl, and the eighth one he went to New York,
Manhattan.
Yep.
Jason takes Manhattan.
All right, guys. Well, yeah. Sadly, it is almost 11:45. I hate to cut everybody off, but
hey, Josh, I love you, brother. Go do your thing.
I'm already doing it, as you can see.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at that. It's a perfect copy.
But Josh, I love you.